And we are back. Now, here's a little recap of what happened last time. Our heroes found themselves being charged by some goblins after having inadvertently given them hints that there was someone in the caverns. And the goblins responded and tried to take our heroes down, which didn't work very well. The one got its head split in, and the other got killed by magic, and the two ran off badly wounded. But our heroes continued on, and the Kenku found some loot and found a swarm of spiders, who then proceeded to not really do anything. Until they found a tasty elf, who they then bit, apparently to death. But she survived. We hope, we think. Then we discovered that another small root-like creature apparently didn't like to get trampled on just as the other one, but that was also quickly dealt with hammer-swinging Mortiz having some sort of everything made of wood must die vengeance. As the goblins, or the remains of them, were looted, our heroes entered another room, an actual room this time, and began searching around. With Marakesh heading up some stairs to a wooden platform where a black dragonborn was currently hiding out from the goblins. The last episode ended with the Kenku taking a sip of an unusual kind of drink, and that's when we heard footsteps. So, what would anyone like to do?
Brian sleeps. Oh. Well, I heard some sound that time.
You did. You heard them very well, in fact, even despite having had you only had a single cup, so
yeah,
that usually isn't enough. So what would anyone like to do? I think we're gonna try to make out of combat more of a fluid thing here, less than. So if anyone would like to do something,
I would like to go up to the door and try and look at the hallway.
Okay, so you basically you can move your character out where you want to go.
Is the door open?
The door is open. That's marked by the white.
The second that she starts moving, the second you start moving, I'm screaming out intruders.
in a goblin-like voice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that, and Mortiz, you were about going up the stairs. I reckon you would like to finish that.
Yeah, that would probably help. As much as I like to sit here and get in the way.
Okay, so you can move yourself up to the manhole over on the right. That would indicate that you're now upstairs.
Mm-hmm. That was one thing, you're right. Just 5 of them.
Yeah. Well, it's more of a fluid thing right now. So
yeah.
You see Marakesh standing, looking at a something that looks like a very large bear rock, and you probably see a black dragonborn looking a little bit confused as well.
Can I see this thing?
Yeah, it's a stool, so yeah, you would be able to see that.
It's not a crate.
Sorry, no boxes.
No. It does look
well,
wood.
there is a lot of wood lying around. He can
There's still
just blood rush.
There are still some boxes are still standing below, or in fact, most boxes are. This one is not. You smashed that one already.
That one's smashed to bits.
Yep. So, Marakesh, you probably don't see this as you're pretty much stuffing your head in a rock trying to see, can I lift this? And no, you can't. And the Dragonborn is seeing, I don't think you are wearing any armor, are you, Mortiz?
No, I'm naked.
Well, at least.
It's just the weirdest group I've met so far.
For the sake of this being a little more family friendly, we'll say naked from the top and up.
I've got traveler's clothes.
Yeah.
So basically nothing.
I'll say that you lost a shirt and you're now only in trousers. So
hey, it's your fantasy, man.
Bow chicka bow wow.
So in addition to this very tall, very furred elf coming up, looking very confused and very suspicious like, and then going to the rock, completely ignoring you, you also see this quite broad-shouldered, sort of savage-looking human coming up the stairs.
I think I'm gonna jump over the rail if this guy waves at me as well. Just be like, no. This is so weird.
I forgot I'd done that.
You can do that if you want to.
I think
How long a drop?
My character is kind of considering it since these two people are super weird looking.
That is true. That is true. Well, Mortiz, would you like to wave at the dragonborn?
No.
Oh,
I don't want to drive her insane.
Oh wait, isn't the human Mortiz is also covered in blood and brain matter?
Oh yeah, there is definitely the remains of gore, splinters, and dirt on him.
I would like.
It looks like a horror story.
Basically, what I said with savage looking, that was pretty much that. Just to make it shorter.
I would like to move up to here and do
on
a
top
perception.
Of the bear rock.
Yeah, do a perception check to see if see her like intentions or whatever.
That would be insight.
Insight, okay.
Yep.
Wisdom, which you're so good at.
Well, he can try. Wisdom. He might get a good roll.
Could be worse.
You don't get the sense that is there anything specific you're trying to sort of investigate about this dragonborn?
Imagine a dog sniffing another dog's butt.
He is raised by wolf.
I just got a picture of this huge guy going up sniffing at me.
He's basically coming very close and seems to have little understanding of personal space and just staring you down, trying to figure out what is going on with you. And you're a dragonborn, so you're not that small, actually. You are probably about the same size.
I like the fact that Mortiz has taken on my personality traits.
Well,
invading people's personal space is literally one of my personality traits.
Character development, ho!
Woo!
So you got this very large, not very clean-looking human standing, looking very intently at you. And Mortiz, you gather that this is not a goblin, and it doesn't appear to be hostile. That's pretty much what you get from that.
Are you sure it's not a goblin?
Back and wrinkle my nose at him, like, the fuck are you doing?
And that's barely going to be visible with the dragon scales and all, but you can definitely see the look in the dragonborn's face, like, what the fuck is going on here? And that's actually a very good question. Sandrielle, out in the hallway, you see two torches in both ways lit up, and there is a sort of grimy look to this hallway. It looks like it is definitely the lower part of whatever facility this is. It doesn't look like it has been visited all that much. There are some dragging marks on the stones, basically going like this way, seemingly coming from a small outcropping over here. You can still these footsteps are now getting slightly louder, and it appears like they are definitely coming closer.
Do I know what direction the footsteps are coming from?
You can make a perception check to find out, or to see if you can find out.
Gosh.
It seems like they are coming from somewhere, but it's way too
They
far.
may be right behind me. They may be to the right of me.
No, it's not.
They
it's not
might
that.
even be my own.
It's not that bad, and
Both right below you.
Both hallways seems to be going out in for quite a while and going pretty straight. But you see that to the left, it seems that the torches are not lit and have been somewhat. It seems like that part of the hallway have been less used than that to the right. So
I think, can I go inside and hide?
Definitely.
Just gonna go over here and then can I do a stealth check?
Yeah.
Would you not need some kind of athletics to get over the barrels?
I
would
walked
say
around
for the
them.
sake of this, I'll say you're walking around it. It's not.
Yeah.
We're not in combat, so it's not that important.
I just wanted to see her fail, that's all.
Well, you sort of stand behind one of these barrels, and it's probably about 5 foot tall. It's a fairly large barrel, and you feel pretty hidden right now.
Nice.
That's what you feel, at least.
I would like to go
Gosh.
out here and just peek around the corners to see what I can.
Okay, you see pretty much the same as. You can make a perception check if you want to.
I would like to do it.
Well, you can do that. Yeah. You see that the dragging marks definitely seem to be coming from this place, seemingly that something heavy and probably metallic, or at least enough to make dents in the stone, have been dragged along this hallway. Probably by someone not strong enough to lift whatever that thing was. You also see that there is some sort of, over to the right at the end of the hallway, there appears to be some sort of the stones seem to have a different color, almost as if they are they are from a different cut, or if there's something have been spilled on them. But from this distance, it's too hard to tell.
The drag marks, is it blood drag marks, or is it just dust?
It looks like something heavy was dragged along the stone, literally making small cracks in it as it was moved.
Okay. That would be what I would do right now.
All right. And you can hear these footsteps are definitely slowly, but definitely surely coming closer with that perception check. Even though you weren't actually checking for it, that's a thing that happens, and you are the closest one.
Yeah.
Okay. Marakesh, you are looking at a rock, and now there's a human, very, very dirty-looking human standing on it as well.
I think Marakesh just gotta go back down, assuming that Mortiz has whatever this is under control.
Essentially, it's his rock now. He's standing on it. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so move yourself to where you would like to go.
Yeah, just go downstairs. I guess that's around there, right?
Oh, well, you can still move. We're not in combat, so
yeah,
movement is technically free.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go check out the large barrel.
The large barrel, yep. There is a little bit of spill on the ground as the bird opened it. Would you like to investigate it, or
sure?
Otherwise?
I'll check out what the fuck it is.
Investigation check. With you've traveled a bit, especially considering how far you've gone from home. It seems that this is an alcoholic drink that is popular amongst lesser civilized creatures. It's known as grog, and it's basically considered as whatever who brew it could find and basically mix together. It's definitely not considered a fine drink.
Can I drag my finger through and taste it?
You would have to, yeah, you could open the spigot and do that.
Sure,
and,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So yeah, you can do that without the Constitution saving throw. It's not.
I don't expect myself to get drunk off of a
no,
drop.
Even if you are an elf, I wouldn't either. Not from this.
Yeah.
Okay, and it tastes sweet, sort of. It's kind of hard to explain the taste of it, but it isn't. It's more like a soup than a drink. It seems that it is less as liquid as you'd expect it to be.
Ew. Seems disgusting.
Yeah.
My course just gonna leave that and just
Hey man, it was good.
Are you gonna close the tab again, or
sure?
Okay.
Just
I'm not
wait
gonna make it a
all of
hazard for anybody walking around. Not that dumb.
Okay.
Hey, that's actually a good idea.
Well, except there's people on the other side of where this would spill out.
People?
would end
It's
up
a
with a dead
bird.
The bird is not in the room right now. He is out, pretty much out in the hallway. So
I mean, if we had to run back in here, I wouldn't want to make him slip or something like that.
Well, so you turn the spigot off so it doesn't spill any further. Then
I'll just look around to see what the fuck people are doing.
Okay, you see Sandrielle not really hiding behind a barrel. Basically, she's
Hey!
well, you think you think you're hiding behind a barrel, but really you're not that hidden. Especially not with that silver hair behind a brown grayish barrel. That's gonna stand out. And you also see the foot of the bird as he's sort of peeking out into the hallway. That's pretty much what you can see from here.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do something?
Yep. Just keep it flowing.
I would like to listen and hear where they're coming from.
Okay. That would be a perception check.
That's not good.
Yeah, again, these footsteps, they could be coming from the right, they could be coming from the left.
Okay.
It's really hard to tell at this point. You reckon they are probably too far away for you to be able to assess how many there are, what it is, or where they're actually coming from, at least for now.
Okay. Can I look at the drag marks?
Yeah.
Maybe determine how long ago it's.
Yeah, that would be an investigation check. That's something specific you're looking at.
Oh, I need that event.
The drag marks, some of them seem recent, some of them doesn't. It's not really hard to tell. It's not really that easy to tell. Some of them appears deeper, but that might just be from the thing dragged being heavier. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. I'm going down the way.
Okay. You see the hallway sort of, it slopes a little bit downwards. It's not a steep decline, but it's definitely, if something were to pour liquid, it would definitely run towards the hallway where you're standing.
Okay.
There appears to be, you can vaguely see a door seemingly made out of some dark wood, about, I would say, 120 feet to the right, in front of you. And the last torch about the door is almost burnt down.
Okay. Fair enough.
I have an action.
Yep. Oh, the message?
Oh, no, that was a misclick.
Okay.
I want to shut the door. Can it be locked?
Well,
Why do I have a feeling our group is going to kill each other before we can get killed by anything else?
first you'll have to go up to the door and investigate it to see if there is a lock on it.
Okay, I'll do an investigation check.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Wow.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, there isn't a lock on this door. You see signs on the inside as you basically pull the door in that there once was what seemed to be a bar, sort of with a wooden bar that's blocking the door from being opened. But those hinges aren't there anymore, and whatever wood was there to hold it in place is long gone. So it can be closed, but it cannot be locked.
Can I drag a barrel in front of it?
That would be a strength check.
But would that help if the door opens outwards?
Not at all.
Well, it'll still stop people. It'll still stop people. Like, they'll open the door and be like, there's a barrel here. I might go another way.
Unless the people have the same mindset as Mortiz, then yes, it would absolutely be a
what the hell?
They could also just climb over the fucking barrel like normal people.
Okay.
It's a 5-foot barrel.
Actually, make an athletics check if you want to drag this barrel.
Yes. Oh.
you sort of
You want help?
move
Yeah.
in to grab the barrel, and you realize that, oh no, this is not clean wood. So you basically get a splinter in your finger and go like, ow.
Ow!
Oh my god, she's a princess.
Elf got a boo-boo.
Ouch! Elf over there, come and move this for me.
Yeah, I imagine
Okay.
that would very much be the case. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
On that note, could I hear what she said?
You could definitely hear her calling out for help, but you would probably not know in what regards. And you would hear the door being closed as Sandrielle was trying to figure out if it could be locked.
Okay. I'm just going to understand the sentence.
I think my character's gonna move over here, see the fuck what's going on down there, because this is super weird.
Yeah, so you do that, and you see one elf basically blowing on her finger like, this hurts, and the other elf sort of trudging over to help with this barrel.
This is definitely an interesting group I've met.
The most dysfunctional family I've ever seen.
Yep.
I'm a good person. I just helped the majority.
I was about to say, you're a good person. You got people out of the room.
All right. So let's see.
Was that a ghost?
Wasn't by me, if that was the case.
Maybe it's another creature coming to get us.
Dun dun dun.
By the way, Emil, are the footsteps getting closer as I went this way?
Perception check.
Natural 20.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now you can definitely hear that the footsteps are not coming from this room. It seems that whatever is going that way is a one way, so it leads to that room behind the door.
I'm going that way.
Bye.
What is
Okay.
with you and just leaving the rest of the fucking room?
It's pretty annoying because I can't have two maps up at the same time. But you
He's gonna
definitely,
die.
you definitely heard that the footsteps were coming from up above somewhere.
Okay.
I'm
You fall
gonna
off the edge of the map.
help drag that fucking barrel over in
Okay.
front
Well,
of me.
okay. So you're helping out. So that's athletics with advantage. Yeah.
Whoa.
So that barrel is.
Swallow.
Let me just see how to hold out for any clips. So that should be nope. It's not out. That's a barrel.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Looks great.
That's good enough. So
Pretty.
So now there's a barrel right there in front of the door, and the door is locked. And you haven't heard from the bird in some time now.
I assume we moved when we pulled.
Yeah, of course. It also felt when Marakesh actually started lifting this barrel, it didn't feel like there was actually anything in it.
It wasn't even heavy. You were just that much of a fucking princess.
We need to move the keg.
Okay.
Which of them?
So currently we have a Kenku moving away,
I fled.
basically, chickened out. So
Pip.
from this position, Mortiz, you will definitely be able to hear that. Well, you definitely heard the Sandrielle call out for help, and you'd also hear the barrel being sort of lifted and placed down because it seems empty. You would hear like the boom when it's placed down on the stone again. What would you like to do? You are currently standing on a rock at the end of a bench on a 10-foot high platform made out of wood.
Can I attempt to check the mouth of the rug? Assuming it's
Yeah.
actually a bear rug.
Yeah, but you can make an investigation check.
I thought you was gonna say check her mouth.
Nope, I moved away
Just
from that
go
weirdo.
over, just go over to the fucking dragonborn and just open my mouth to look inside.
With that investigation roll, you see that it is actually not a bear. At least where there was supposed to be fangs and a snout, there is actually a beak like installed, and it seems to be a natural part of the rock. It doesn't seem like someone have taken a beak from some bird and placed it on a rock just for the sake of it.
Is it a large kingdom?
Is it an owl bear? I'm not there.
Actually, make a nature check with advantage because of your tribal background, I'll say.
I kind of need that advantage.
Well, you would get 15 either way because it's the first roll. You assess that, yes, this is indeed an owlbear, or at least the hide of one.
What?
And you know that owlbears are basically, they are larger and more ferocious than bears, and sometimes they are kept as pets by goblins, bugbears, or hobgoblins.
And they're also adorable.
Well, that... If they're not trying to bite your face off, yes.
Can I try and
Children screaming.
smash the beak open?
What the hell? You're destroying good.
Well, yes, you can. What are you trying to do it with? You now have your full
A
equipment.
hammer of one kind, or a...
You're using. I think you have light hammers, isn't it?
I mean, I have hand axes, but that doesn't seem like the right tool for this job.
Well, he picked up a light hammer, so...
Yeah.
Well, whatever tool you want to use is whatever tool you're going to use.
Ah, the perfect one.
Okay, so you bring this club down on the beak, and you can see that the rock has seen it's slightly not going bad, but it's definitely not. It hasn't been placed here recently, but the beak is solid. It seems like that will probably last longer than the rock. So you basically get a chung from
that seems like a cop-out on a 24 roll.
Yeah, well, that's just a hit. I mean, you hit
Maybe
him.
just have a shitty club.
You gotta consider, Deon. There's difficulty checks, kinda.
Oh yeah, but then I would tell him that it was a difficulty check. This is basically him just making an attack against an inanimate object, and 4 damage is not enough to break that inanimate object.
To be fair,
You
I
need
should
to
be
full body slam it.
I should be an expert at hitting inanimate objects by now.
Okay. So at this point, as this sort of the sound of wood against solid bone, basically, it sounds a bit like a drum, and it's sort of ringing through the hallways. Even the bird can hear it because it's fairly loud, this thing. And as that occurs, we have a little thing coming in here.
I swear to
It sounds good.
I keep screaming in here.
Oh no! Oh no! No! Not
but-
more!
None of you know this. None of you know this.
No, this is just me reacting to that.
Yeah, but
Good
So,
thing we've got a barrel in the way of a door that opens the other way.
these footsteps are now getting to the point where they are definitely almost very close by. So even it's a straight hallway. So if you were to look back, Bird, if you were to look back, you would definitely see something.
Well, to be fair, now that I can't see what's beyond this map, you told me there was a door.
Yeah, it's a door. You're currently standing at a very solid-looking wooden door.
Could I try to open it?
Okay. Yes, you can.
What should I roll for that?
I mean, you.
Okay, it's not locked. Okay.
You essentially try to pull in the door, and it is locked.
Okay.
And it seems very sturdy.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Can I? I don't have any lockpicks. I can't lock.
I mean, you can try without lockpicks, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, that would be.
Stick your finger in there.
You
Well,
have
that would
claws,
be-
man.
That would be.
Yeah,
I would
what
say,
was that?
I would say sleight of hand, since you're technically within visible range of someone. If you want to do it stealthily, and I assume you. Okay, so you get to sort of almost you basically take one of the feathers that you pluck off of yourself, and that's not particularly pleasant, but it's the first best thing you could think of. And you basically start to work the lock. It doesn't make any sound because it's not metal against metal, but the lock seems to not move. It's you reckon that this lock probably needs a key or a lockpick. But at least you didn't make any noise. Okay. And
okay. How far down am I from this hallway? Because when I stood here, you said I was 120 feet down. No, that was when I was at the torch, 120 feet.
Yeah. So you're about double the way there, basically.
Well, yeah. So I'm a bit far away.
Yep.
Okay. I would like to look down the hallway. I don't have that much vision, but.
So you're basically looking behind you.
Yeah, to see if anyone heard what I was doing and
okay.
To see if anyone's coming at me.
Perception check.
Perception check.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Well,
you see
these rolls, I swear.
Also, because there is a torch right here, so you definitely see this one little goblin coming out front, and he has a short bow at the ready. He doesn't seem to have noticed you just yet.
And you said there was a close to burned out torch at me. I'd like to take it and stump it out.
Okay, so you're basically standing in complete darkness. Make me a stealth check with disadvantage because you are literally removing a light source. Well, that's gonna be you won't be noticed. This goblin is basically like looking around and trying to see if something is amiss, and he doesn't see you, and he doesn't seem to notice that this torch is not burning. Apparently he hasn't been down here.
Okay. Good.
So currently you are safe for now. For now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone inside the room like to do anything? You haven't heard this goblin coming down, so because he haven't really made any noise.
Can I move over here and do a stealth check?
You can. I mean,
I'm so good at them stealth checks, though. Oh my gosh!
Well,
I am the best.
You press yourself up against the wall. It's basically you cannot. There isn't room for you to get in between these barrels here. But
no.
Basically, you press yourself up against the wall, and you feel probably a little more hidden than when you were actually not really ducking behind a barrel before.
Well, that's
okay.
That's something.
Can my character from up here make a check on Sandrielle's character and try and figure out
what she's doing?
Yeah, what's going on with her?
Make an insight check. I'll say with advantage because you've literally been seeing her all the time. You see her first. You see her standing by the barrel, seeming like, "Yes, I've blocked the door," and then like, "Oh fuck, I gotta hide. Where to hide? This wall. I'm standing right into it." That's pretty much what you get from the situation.
Again, this is a weird group.
Protect me, wall.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious that she hasn't discovered me yet, and Marakesh hasn't said anything about me to her.
Well, Marakesh seems to, I gotta help with a barrel, I'll do that.
It's like, I'll forget about the huge dragon board I just saw.
I think it just assumes you're supposed to be there.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Now. Thank you.
Okay.
I have now become a wallflower.
Maybe he hasn't even realized she wasn't there long to begin with.
You don't know of her existence yet.
She isn't bothering anyone. Why should I say something?
Exactly. Well,
I've got bigger problems than some kind of thoroughly roasted chicken upstairs.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe.
Did you just call my character a fairly roasted chicken?
Nope.
No, a thoroughly roasted chicken.
That's much better.
Isn't a lizard more like a fucking fish than a chicken?
Not if you look at dinosaurs. Oh
true.
gosh.
I'm so happy this is not a conversation my character can actually hear. I'm pretty sure that should be quite
Yeah,
offended.
we've been roasted.
Okay, now you hear that there's definitely a lot of footsteps now, and the metallic footsteps you heard before are definitely among them. So you can you can assess that there is multiple creatures coming this way.
Can we all hear?
If you make a perception check, maybe.
I'll make a perception check because natural me starting to get a bit worried. I'm rolling shit.
Yeah, well, that's good enough. 50
Yeah,
is not
but
bad.
that's because of my modifier.
Yeah, but still, that modifier isn't to be ignored exactly. He would be like this. Okay, well, you basically hear that. Yeah, they are definitely coming closer, and it seems there's quite a lot of them.
I'm gonna take a page out of Sandrielle's book and go hide over here.
Okay.
Behind the biggest fucking thing ever.
Make a stealth check with advantage because you're correct. That is a pretty big barrel. Yeah, that will do. So basically, for those of you, even for Qa'Rajh, it seems that this very tall elf seems to almost slit in under the large barrel. So that's how hidden he is.
I need to hide better. I need somewhere else to hide.
The giant ass fucking elf is better at hiding than you are. How fucking sad is that?
I'm not very nimble.
That is true.
I'm used to people doing stuff for me.
I'm decently nimble. I was gonna say I'm not, but I am. So.
Okay. So
I'm gonna get some weapons ready. Just.
Okay.
Can I?
You can all.
Like my crossbow, probably.
You can all hear now that there is some muttering going on, but unlike the goblins before, you cannot assess what this is unless any of you speak Goblin, which I don't think any of you do.
Can we hear which
Nope.
direction
No.
it's coming from?
I
assuming we
figured.
can. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nobody ever picks Goblin.
I mean, they probably should, but
It's not like they're very nice to have a conversation with.
No, but it could be useful. You never know. Right, so the bird is still hidden over there. I need you to make another stealth check, bird, with advantage because you are pretty much in the dark and your white feathers are, well, pretty well covered by... Ooh, that advantage was good there.
Oh shit.
Even though the creatures in the hallway seem like there's a lot of them, none of them have actually discovered you yet. Is there anything you would like to do, or just stand there and hope that they keep on won't notice?
What?
That was the bird.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh, we've lost both Bird and Marakesh. What's going on?
No, sorry.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hide. So just be like, I'm going.
Well, you're okay. Well, you already made that stealth check, and
Yeah, exactly.
they don't seem to notice you yet.
Good. So I'm just gonna stand here and stay still.
Okay.
I got a fucking shock. Sorry.
Let's see.
By the way, Emil, could you move the part where it shows that the door's open? Closed it.
Yeah, the door is definitely closed, but
Okay.
you heard that from. So this one.
Yeah, it was just so.
This one is good, and as soon as this goblin here, because goblins obviously.
Oh my god.
As soon as he notices this, he calls for that the door is locked or closed. He calls out to his friends, who then comes running. But still, you can definitely hear, all of you inside the room can definitely hear that there is someone right outside the door.
Can I go hide further?
You have exactly this one chance to do that. Yes.
I would like to run over.
Right beside me. I'm tall enough that I can shoot over your head.
Okay, next to Marakesh.
Okay.
And then another stealth check, I assume.
You are correct.
A wonderful one.
With advantage because of the large barrel. It is
Yes.
very large. It is probably...
Woo!
Okay, that will do. You feel basically sliding up almost under the barrel as well. You feel pretty safe here. And now the door is opened, and Sandrielle, you would actually be the only one to be able to see this, unless there's something you want to do or move right now. You are 10 feet above the ground, but you are still technically here in the room.
Yeah, I was thinking about just crouching so that they can't see me over the
Okay, stealth check.
thing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that will do. You are even Mortiz seems to be like, whoa, where did that dragonborn go? The very last dragonborn is suddenly I catch you.
And there's only a small bench between us.
There is basically a banister, a railing of some sort, but
There's just a floating stool.
No. It is it's up there. Mortiz, you also have basically one chance to do something. You would not be able to see the door from there.
Why
It's
not?
too far down.
Please don't make any sound.
I guess she's in the way as well. Even if I could see the top of it.
You can see us.
Well, essentially, if you were to go to here, and this rope isn't there anymore, you would be standing here in the room.
Yeah.
You would be looking down at the door.
So I can see those two hiding, right?
You
would be
definitely
able to from there.
Yeah, you can see
Or
sort
rather,
of.
I cannot see them hiding.
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
See, we're standing like there, so you should be able to see at least Sandrielle.
I would like to move here.
Okay, on top of the bench, or
Sure,
That's-
my
oh.
joy of personal space. And I'd like
I've just been making like weird fact, like silently, like no, stay away.
and I'd like to try and vault over the thing
Oh, okay.
downstairs.
That would be an acrobatics check with disadvantage because you're jumping over one person and basically jumping.
Which way is it jumping?
I would assume down here. I would assume down here, right?
No, I meant like onto these.
Oh,
Break my fall, you know.
You're on top of those. This
Fine,
wooden
yeah,
platform
okay,
is over here. So that would be impossible.
Yeah, just
even
vault down next to the elves, sure.
Okay.
So he over here instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you basically go.
You're
like
gonna
there.
blow our
Yeah.
cover, you dickhead.
Okay.
He's away from me.
I was like, well, okay, well, if you want to do that, like leapfrog, but okay, then it's not with disadvantage, and with a 20 on that, you land quite silently, actually, considering your size and weight.
I do the superhero pose as I land.
Essentially, yeah.
Superhero landing.
Yep.
So yeah, so move your icon down there, and now the door is opened, and
You're just standing in the middle of the room.
yeah, essentially, yeah. Essentially, yeah. So
Everyone else is cowering.
now this door is open, and the goblin is about the same size as this barrel, at least in height, and he's carrying a spear, and he's going to. Let me see if I can do that in a smart way. Probably can. That and what did I have? Oh, I did. He's going to try and move the barrel with his spear.
Just
Step
push
it,
the
step it,
spear,
no.
try to move it.
Poke, poke.
He failed.
Wow.
He
I wasn't
basically.
expecting
See,
it.
the barrel was a great idea. That's what I said.
You basically see him trying to poke this barrel, and then his spear sort of getting stuck inside the barrel. He seems troubled about this, but he's also pretty much blocking the way. But you can definitely hear the agitated voices of other goblins coming from the hallway, and that is when we will roll initiatives.
Yes.
Let me just skip it. And there's a whole lot of character sheets for me, which is
Oh
fun.
yeah. How am I so good at rolling initiative with this character?
Damn it.
Well, he was at this one, so that was initiative. Oh, that's not too bad. This guy was a.
Why can't I find the button? My God.
That would be like.
It's right next to your walking speed.
Okay, not a
Sorry,
great
couldn't
roll.
hear you. What did you say?
It's right next to your walking speed and your armor class.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's not
Why
Why
particularly
did
great
it set
either.
my initiative to 4?
If that's what you roll, then that's what you rolled.
No,
No, I
you,
rolled
a
you,
12.
you clicked on the wrong person when you did that.
But it set it to it even when he just started the turn order.
There.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, should it be 12 in total, or
Was
He
that
rolled
it?
12
You
first,
rolled
and then he
12.
rolled 16.
roll the 12?
Yeah.
So that's
Just,
Well, the
just
tw-
make it 12. Type it yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, the bird is
Yes.
wrong.
uh,
So
the bird's wrong.
the bird is the old initiative of 8.
Yeah, I just misclicked on myself. I didn't I didn't click on myself when I rolled the first one.
Let me see. This was
The
a-
second one, you mean?
No, the first one was 8. The second one was 6. I just forgot to click on myself the first time. So I just turned it to the 8.
Hang on, there is a lot to click for me. Okay, and then we have this fellow who is not like the others. One of these things just doesn't belong here. What was that guy? That was a. Oh, there were 2 of those. All right, that's not. Wow. Okay,
Holy moly.
and that should be this guy.
Did I do something wrong? I'm not in the turn order right now.
You haven't. Just click your icon and then click roll initiative on your stat sheet. That's the way to do it, basically.
But it was so nice, the other one.
We'll just change it to the one it was. Don't worry about
I
it.
mean, 18's not bad.
No, it's
Nah.
okay.
It's pretty
I was
good.
just afraid I was gonna roll like a 3 or something. No.
I mean, all things considered, if you are to roll bad, initiative is the place to do it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to roll bad in initiative.
I prefer to roll bad in it, to be honest. I want to see what everybody else does before I do anything.
Wow, that was a terrible roll right there. And the last one. Okay, and let me just.
Can we just take a quick break before this?
We-
I need to check
Yeah, I was
when
gonna
dinner
say.
We can.
is. Cool.
Oh.
Then
Really?
I'll just go check on dinner. It's usually here around 4, so
We had to get dinner.
I'll text you if it is, like on Discord.
All right.
Be right back then.
Yeah. You guys are weird.
Yeah, I was thinking the
Super.
same.
I'm just like, but it's 4.
Yeah, that was exactly my thought.
Holy damn, that's a lot of goblins.
You haven't seen them yet.
I have seen them.
This is only a quarter of them. No.
Well, to be fair, Neil, I saw the goblins coming down.
Mhm.
So I'm crying a little bit over my corner right now.
You're just praying like, please don't see me,
Hmm.
please don't
Yeah.
see me, don't go this way.
Actually, looking at the map that you're going into, Bird, it's actually not necessary for you to make that amount of stealth check. It's not a straight corridor. I just remembered it wrong. I haven't looked at it in a while. It does make it does make a bend you would really be improbable to see from this point.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
Fair.
I will grab some coke.
Yeah.
I have to say, with that amount of goblins, it's going to turn into Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Well,
Real
if
bad.
you got some sort of elf goes with you, I'm okay with that. If not, well then you're fucked.
I think Sandrielle's pretty much a ghost. She's already died once.
That is true. Well, downed, not
Yeah.
died. There's a vast difference between dying and downing in D&D. So much in the turn order. Woohoo! And so many things to keep track of. Yeah. Let me see. I have 1, 2, 3. For this fight alone, I have to keep track of 5 different stat sheets along with yours. That's fun.
Back.
Got that one there.
I've had so much to drink before we started this game. I was like,
That one
5 minutes in, I was
there.
like, I need.
That
5
one
minutes in, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom right now.
there. That one there, and did I get that one? Apparently not. Oh, there we go. Haha. All 5 stat sheets. Now I can't see my screen.
There's a reason why I open mine in like a different window. It takes a bit more time to drag things up, but at least I can see what the fuck's going on.
Well, you also only have one thing, basically.
Yeah.
I do have a little more, and that's
Couple more.
plights of being a DM. I don't mind. These could be quite a fun bout for you guys.
Combat's always fun.
I have to
Oh,
say,
yeah.
how do you expect a goblin to poke a... How is he supposed to move it
Poke
with
the
a
fucking
spear?
barrel with a spear.
Oh, he should actually technically be there.
Hmm.
Because it's not a. It's even though it's a spear, it's not a reach.
It's not a long
weapon.
spear, yeah.
Nope. It's
It's
not
not a
a.
javelin.
Nope. Well, a javelin doesn't have reach either. It's a
Doesn't
range
it?
weapon. Nope.
Huh.
Lance,
What
pike,
place with that?
Lance, pike, halberd, glaive have reach. Anything else? Nope.
Well, the more you know.
Exactly.
I'm back.
Well,
Hey.
hey, must be the money.
No.
Hey, give me the money. All the money. Just give it to me. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nah.
Maybe some free biddies.
It's like a kid that's been running around the library for like 2 hours now.
I would
Like
punch him.
sometimes she's like screaming, and other times she's just running around looking like a fucking maniac.
He's allergic to books.
I don't know what her problem is, but
I had a flight before that was like that, but they were like 10. And there was like 12 of them because they just had a football match and won it. So they were just running up and down the aisle.
Jesus.
And I just spent
What?
the entire weekend
Oh,
working
that is
DreamHack
actually
without a
fitting with this
hotel.
guy.
Sorry, what? Mortiz, I didn't hear.
I spent the entire weekend working DreamHack. I didn't have a bed the entire weekend.
Oh shit.
So I was pretty fucked.
Oh, that should not be. That should be 1.
The second they started doing it, I was like, I fucking need a beer so badly.
Say as I do, I was like, I'm gonna kill a kid. That's
The trolley
happening.
couldn't actually get to the end of the thing because they have to keep moving so many times for the fucking kids. So I never got a beer.
For fuck's sake.
What? Oh, then I have to do it like that. Yeah. Why does this have to be difficult?
Sneeze.
What?
I sneezed. Didn't hear
Hmm.
because I was brilliant and remembered to turn the mic off so it wouldn't blow out the ears.
Oh. So that should be like this, and then this should go like, will it? What? Yeah, there we go. So that should be like, no, you should not have that. You should have. There's none around here. Oh, this. Yay, management. So fun.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
I love that when you also set the bars for a creature. If you type in H, the first thing that comes up is hair. And I'm like, what?
Well,
Maybe it's Medusa.
Well, yeah.
Basically, it's like, you have cut so much of his hair off right now, so he... What?
Hey, maybe
You
there's
know,
a
when you
barber
do
class
that
in
almost
homebrew.
miss and you cut off a piece of someone's hair.
This...
What role would you do for being a barber, though?
Sleight of
Attacking with
hand.
scissors.
Sleight of hand all the time.
Oh, am I doing this wrong? Am I doing
Sleight
this
of
wrong?
hand and comb skill.
Sleight of hand and perception to see how well you cut.
That should not be the case. Wait, hang on. That should be this guy. This should be a...
Oh man, I'm listening to a great fucking song for combat.
You could do a history check as well to see if you remember school.
That should not
Do a
be...
history check to see if you remember your education. Answer no.
I'd be screwed with that -2.
I've got a 0. That's not so bad.
You're like a C student. I'm like a D or an E.
Yeah. At least I'm a really wise person. So I know when everybody around me hides, I should probably hide. I'm having so much of a struggle playing a character with that like charisma. Fucking can't. Like, can I even talk to people? Is that how bad I am? Because the character isn't ugly, so it must be his personality. It's absolutely shit.
Well, you're probably now looking at Sandrielle and just applying your fedora.
I'm applying my fedora and just staring at her for the next hour.
Hover-handing her.
Yeah. No, I'm too bad at social cues. Hover hand. I'll be like touching her ass or some shit like that. That's how bad I am.
Be too scared to touch her.
Hey, now everyone should have a life bias. They should. Hooray!
Have a
No, I
what?
don't. We can't see him.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, then I have to
Oh,
do
health
that.
bar. No.
Well, technically, you haven't done any damage to them yet, so that's fair. I'll do that when you do damage to any of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
I would like to kill them all.
Could I roll for randomly doing a fireball right in the middle of them?
That would be very difficult from this angle.
I know it's a level 3 spell and I don't have fuck all spells, but also I'm level 1, but you know.
Well, I mean, we're
Wild
not.
magic?
We're not. You didn't choose that trait, so.
No, I didn't even choose being a sorcerer. Where
No.
I figured I'd play something else with you just
Well,
once.
Well, you can play whatever the heck you want to.
Yeah.
Why do I have a
you know.
staff? What the hell?
Oh, that means I have to even have more fucking stupid. God damn it. Character sheets up, and that's not the case. Damn it.
I can dagger people.
I've had a staff apparently for a very long time.
Oh yeah,
Could be worse.
that's like a walking stick. That's not like a magical staff.
Still,
So
I've got a shitty map. Would you probably like to change?
I've got a javelin. Why do I need a staff for?
I think you have multiple javelins actually.
I think so. Yeah,
You
Just
should have.
four
You
of
should
them.
have, at least.
throw javelins at people.
It's gonna be 25 minutes until my dinner.
Sure.
So, do you want to start combat and then?
If you guys don't mind an intermission, then I don't mind.
All right, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
If it's fine by anyone else.
I don't care.
Okay.
That's cool.
And we're back from our break, and we are just about to head into battle. The first goblin have just stuck his spear right into a barrel, and surprise, surprise, it is his turn again. And well, because his spear is stuck, he's gonna have to attempt to pull that spear out. If I can just find that little fucker here. So that would be a yeah, that would probably be strength. Well, his spear is still stuck, so that's great. So, and because the barrel is as tall as he is, and he's pretty much focused on getting his spear out, that's all that he can do. So for the next turn, we have Mortiz. You can definitely see him trying to do something with this barrel, but he can't technically see you because he's focusing on... Yeah, that. So what would you like to do? There is a barrel between you and the goblin, but you have visual range for him, but he is behind cover due to the barrel, which means that he gets a higher AC for if you want to hurl anything at him.
I'd like to move there.
Okay.
And do a stealth.
Okay, that's definitely going to be with disadvantage because you are literally moving up almost right next to him.
But I'm behind a barrel.
Yes,
You're taller than a barrel, aren't you?
You are pretty tall compared to. So now the goblin definitely notices. I would say that normally you would technically be able to hit from this point, but
I'm not
considering
gonna
how
try.
this
That's...
no. I'll also say that the goblin could, but in this case, because there's a barrel and because it's a pretty narrow hallway, he's not able to actually hit you, or the other way around, because he first of all, his spear is still stuck in that barrel, so not much he can do. The next is Marakesh. Unless there was something kind of bonus action you wanted to do, Mortiz.
Well, you didn't even explain how stealth I am.
Well, you are not particularly stealthy.
Not at all.
But to your luck, the goblin is more concerned with removing that barrel, but he's definitely calling out for help as soon as it's his turn, which isn't it for a long time.
Yeah, that's fine then.
Okay, Marakesh.
I think I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay, that's fine. I would say you don't have to roll for that because you already are hiding, and since you're not doing anything, you're not breaking that. And there aren't anyone that can actually see you from there, so that's fine.
Yeah.
This guy, he can't actually move because there are people in his way, and he's already hurt because you've already met him. So he is not going to do anything, which is kind of a dumb thing, but that's... This guy also has a guy in front of him, can't do anything. That brings us to Sandrielle. From this point, you have you are technically here in the room. You can see the goblin trying to get his spear out of that barrel.
If I stand up, is it possible for me to shoot him with my bow?
Well, yes, it is. Is that's a crossbow or is it a short bow?
It's a short bow.
Short bow, yeah. I'm not even going to ask about the range because there's literally like 10 feet. So I think you should be able to hit from that.
Then I would like to do that.
120.
I mean, yeah.
Is there any risk that I'm gonna hit Mortiz?
No.
Okay.
If you're really shit.
Even though he was a weirdo who...
No, basically friendly fire is not a thing that's... Unless you're doing area of effect stuff, then you're not gonna hit a friendly.
Nice. Even though he was a weirdo who came up to me and started sniffing me.
Yeah, well...
Still not gonna shoot him.
He wasn't exactly hostile, just weird.
Yeah.
Well, just click the short bow in your character sheet, and that should... Wow, okay. I don't even think that the cover is going to do much. Okay, click the word short bow on in the chat section, then you'll see how much damage you'll do. 5 piercing. Yep, he takes that because that definitely beats his armor score, that's for sure, even with the cover. So he takes 5 damage, and he's not looking very happy. So that's down to 2. Save. Okay, I should probably be able to. Let's see what where is that? Doink. Yep.
Is it possible for me to crouch down again?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you would have. You would, I say you can make a stealth check to do that. He's probably gonna tell that someone shot me, but
Yeah, it's just so I'm not out in plain sight.
Ow, that human shot me.
Well, you are less hidden than before, that's for sure.
Okay.
But he may be more concerned with that human that is right in front of him.
I just got shot and there's a human right.
Yeah, but he
Can't see me.
Right. So that ends your turn. That brings us to Sandrielle. Unless
Hello.
Yeah, I think that's.
No, nothing more I want to do.
Yeah, but I'll say you could move, but I don't think, judging from how you're playing, I don't think you want to.
Nope.
Okay, Sandrielle.
Yes, just 1 second, and I'm just measuring out some stuff here.
Sure thing. What do you plan on doing? If you can tell that while ruling.
Well, I would like to move up near the crate as far away as possible while I can still reach with my poison spray.
Okay, I don't think your poison spray has a very far reach, so that's
It
probably
has
going to
10. So if I stand right in front, like there,
then you're able to hit, yeah.
yes. I would like to move there.
I will say that he is definitely behind, what is that, the 3/4 cover, so he does, I think that's a +5 to his AC, but you can definitely try. It's not discouraging, it's just, you have to beat
I will try.
Yep.
I'll be heroic for the group.
But it's not a bad idea.
It's my job.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, was supposed to happen at some point.
And clicky the thing to make it appear. Should be on your character sheet.
Yes, it was just having some trouble. Come on!
You don't want to rapid click it because then it's just going to appear a lot of times. If you
right, it's the one I need to click under spells because it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's how spells work. It's a bit more complicated.
Well, my magic missile works from the core sheet.
Wait, that isn't even a... He has to make a Constitution saving throw. What? Do you have the description of that spray up?
Okay. So he needs to make a saving throw, Constitution,
what
else it's half damage.
Okay, so he takes damage either way.
Yes.
It's basically what that does. Okay, he will do that Constitution. He beats it, so he only takes 1 damage.
Yes, well, that's 1 damage.
That is true. Woo! That is true. 1 damage is better than no damage. He definitely didn't like that. So there's basically this poison spray is like filling the floor about him. Yep, that's not pleasant, but he is still alive. And anything else you'd like to do? You've moved and you've used an action.
Do I have any movement left?
Let me see. You used 10 feet, so you're 15 feet. So you have 15 feet of movement left.
I will move over behind Mortiz.
Okay, you can do that. Right.
Hi, Mortiz.
He is trying to be stealthy. Emphasis on trying. Okay.
You don't talk to me. I'm stealth right now.
Shh, I'm hiding. You can't see me. So that brings us to this guy. He can't actually do anything because he's stuck behind his friends. Unfortunate for him. That's the ideal of fighting in a narrow corridor. So that brings us to the bird, who's far away.
I'm gone.
Essentially, yeah, but you will definitely hear the fighting and...
Yeah. So I was in that crooked area, right? Where they had the breaking turn, yeah.
Yeah, they can't see you from where you are.
Exactly. I'm gonna step forward.
Okay. Well, how basically to get you?
I'm going closer to the goblin.
Okay, so you've moved 120 feet down that corridor.
Yeah, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah, so what you can do is you can dash. That means you double your movement, but then you lose an action.
Yeah, we're going to double that.
Okay, I would say that you can get to. Let's see, what was the length of the corridor here? 50.
Yeah, you said it was 120 from Torch.
Yeah, it's probably a little more, but it was just.
Yeah, but you said around 120 from the Torch.
Yeah, so I would say that you can get probably around here with the dash.
Okay.
That's being very nice.
I'm on the map again.
Are you going to be attempt to stealth or?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to stealth it.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Ooh, okay.
Where?
Let me just see what their passive perception is. Nope, you are still hidden. That's lucky for you, probably. And any action or bonus action? I mean,
no.
you used your bonus action to stealth.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not going to do anything.
Okay, that leaves us to this guy. He can also not move because there are quite a lot of his friends in front of him. So this guy, he also can move. And this guy finally can move, and he's going to move here, and he can't see anyone. So he's not really going to do anything else because he can't. This guy is going to move here because that's all he can do. That brings us back to the goblin with the spear. He's now very badly hurt, but his spear is still stuck in that barrel. And he's going to try to get that out again because, well... And he succeeds.
Holy moly.
So he's going to make an attack against the barrel in order to try and get through. And he definitely hits the barrel this time and does a little bit of damage, but the barrel still stands, even though it looks pretty worn right now.
Seriously, though, it's the best idea I ever had.
Actually, it turned out better than I think you expected, I'd say. And that brings us back to Mortiz.
Stroke of genius.
I would say luck, but okay.
Compared to the rest of this fucking group, yeah, it's a stroke of fucking genius.
Okay, Mortiz, it's
not very high bar.
Basically, if you want to hit the goblin, you have to either remove the barrel or go into range combat and go to a place where you have detailed. Right now, you have a stone corner of the room blocking a clean shot.
Yeah. Out of interest, how damaged is the barrel?
The barrel, it is very damaged. It looked like if you basically were to tap it with a hammer, it would probably break.
Could I blow on it?
That you can do that, but it wouldn't do anything.
Damn.
You could also, I would say, just for the sake of helping people think out of the box. If you want to do something quite crazy, you could try and jump on the barrel and then attack the goblin from there. I mean, it's possible. It's probably not a wise decision because you could fail, and that would be kind of hilarious, but also quite dangerous.
Would they not
And you
have
see
the
the
crab
barrel
stand?
breaking underneath his weight.
That could potentially happen. So what are you going to do?
I might as well do that since it's fun. I was gonna try and destroy the barrel and be a dick, but nah.
Okay, well.
I can jump on top of the barrel and try that.
You can. That would be an acrobatics check.
Yeah, squat on top of the fucking barrel.
Well,
whoa!
I might do it.
Squat party.
You managed to stand on the top of the barrel, looking down at this goblin who is now looking not too happy about his situation. He's pretty hurt, and there's a very tall human standing on top of a barrel right in front of him. So that's a movement you use to get up on the barrel. Then you still have an action and a bonus action.
I'd like to attack him.
All right, with what?
With
you have
both
a
my
pretty
axes.
huge arsenal of weapons.
Yeah, both my axes.
Okay, that is not going to hit. And that is not going to hit, I'm afraid. So essentially you're trying to slash out, standing out in the air, but this goblin is about the same height of the barrel, so you don't actually hit him. And now he's got something that he can hit.
Judging by height, he could
And
hit my
you're
nuts.
so much in the way, I can't shoot him anymore.
I mean, you
Shoot
can,
between my
but
legs.
he's still technically, you can still hit him, but it's just that would just be a very difficult shot.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was your action. That was your movement. Do you have anything bonus action like
Can I
a
stealth?
bonus action?
And
You know what? I say go for it. It is definitely with disadvantage here.
Like I don't
Who
already
rolls
have a
natural 20? I swear
disadvantage.
to fucking God.
What?
Fucking Christ.
Okay. It seems the goblin seems a bit confused about what just happened. Something was just there was wind blowing above my head, and now it's seemingly gone. That's well. You aren't exactly hidden, but you
Like just disappear inside the barrel, like in Mario.
Essentially, you are like standing in the hallway and just spreading your legs just far enough that it seems like you're part of the doorway. All right, so that brings us to Marakesh.
Swear to fucking God.
amazing stupid goblins.
Okay, I'll move out here. Is there any fucking way I can shoot around that big ass fucker?
You can, but it's not gonna be easy.
Nah. I'm gonna try because otherwise I'm just not gonna be doing anything this round
Okay.
again.
I'll say because he's already in a 3/3 cover and Mortiz being there, I would say that he's probably gonna get a +8 to his armor score, so it's going to be very difficult.
Moly.
Just for the sake of how difficult this actually would be.
Eh.
But it can be done. It's
At
not
this point,
impossible.
I don't give a shit if
Well-
I actually Mortiz. It's his own fault.
Well,
It's all for the credit.
okay.
Whoa.
Just stay away from the nuts.
Let me see. That
Shouldn't
is
between your
actually
legs.
enough to hit.
What? Whoa.
Yep, he has a basic armor class of 13, and 13 plus 8 is 21. So he actually is hit and is dead with a shot
Oh
pretty
my
much
God.
pretty much to the torso. Basically, I snipe through the legs of Mortiz and just like hitting this goblin square
Get on my
on.
fucking
All
level,
hail
bitch.
Marrakesh.
So that one is dead.
I'm a sniper.
I feel like I would start heavy breathing after that.
there's a crossbow.
Scotch.
There's a crossbow bolt that's basically like it was very close between your legs. And it's
Just
like
grazed my
whoa.
nuts.
Just under your scrotum.
The only
Okay.
thing that
You
makes
felt the
Mortiz
breeze between your
fear.
legs.
Anything else you'd like to do, Marakesh? You moved a little bit and you used an action.
Do I have any fucking bonus actions? I don't think I do.
I mean, you could use a bonus action to reload the crossbow. Crossbows are loading, which means that they basically need to be reloaded after each shot, which is
Yeah, sure, I'll reload it.
okay. So that brings us
And I'll
to
stay there.
this guy who can't do anything because he is locked in. Yeah, it's not too practical fighting in a narrow corridor. So, and that's the same for this guy. Actually, he can move here, so he does. That brings us back to Azrael. You just saw, basically heard a chunk from a crossbow, and then just like from between the legs of Mortiz. That is not a sound you usually want between your legs.
Nope. Well, since my character can't see anything.
I mean, you probably would be able to, standing here, because that's technically where you are in the room looking down, you could probably see through it. Would not be easy. Again, with Mortiz and the barrel being there, the barrel still being somewhat solid, as it hasn't taken any hits from now. It is still standing, so it's still that +8 to armor. As you've seen, it is possible, but it's definitely not going to be an easy shot.
No, I'm just thinking if I can actually see the goblin, which was behind the dead goblin, because it's further out in the hallway.
You know what? Make a perception check, just to see with advantage, because you heard that there were multiple creatures coming. Yeah. You definitely,
Maybe just, yeah.
You definitely, as basically as the first goblin fell, you could see like a foot and a thigh of the same skin color behind him. So you assume that there probably is another live goblin behind him.
Yeah. Well,
Also, to those using ranged weapons, remind yourself to keep track of your ammunition used. You should have it as a resource. Just heads up.
Yeah. I've noted it down.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try and. Because yeah.
Okay.
Because
well,
you're
I'm gonna
not
say nice
in
shot to
Marakesh.
Marakesh, but
okay.
I'm not stupid. Marakesh is just stupidly lucky.
well, that's.
Marakesh doesn't give a shit. That's
I mean,
different.
I mean, a character saying "I'm not stupid" is probably the first in this scenario. I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna whisper to myself, "I'm not stupid." That was a lucky shot.
Okay.
Fucking elf.
When you think about it, Mortiz has been like trying to scare the shit out of Marakesh for a while now.
Well, I don't
so
know
it makes
that.
sense for him to try to not give a shit if he actually hits him.
Yeah, but my character doesn't know that, so I'm just gonna be nope.
Okay. Well,
I
that's
smell
fine.
an
Is there
incoming
anything-
sort of like romance between the elf and the dragonborn.
Is there anything
We
else?
shot the elves.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Ashville?
No.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. That brings us back to Sandrielle. You just saw Mortiz jump up on this barrel, basically balancing on what seemed to be a barrel that could break as soon as it takes any hit. And then a crossbow bolt flew between his legs, and you heard something die.
I would like to do something a little alternative, and it might work if you work with my train of thought here.
No?
So
go ahead, try and explain it. Then I'll probably tell you if that's possible or not.
basically, I would move over to the barrel and try
Which barrel? Yeah.
the one
Thank you.
Mortiz is standing on.
Okay.
Yes.
You can do that easily.
And then I would like to try and intimidate the goblins by making the barrel glow in a godly looking light, like a red ominous
what are you
light.
trying
I
to
have
do
the
that?
light
What-
skill.
You have the light skill. Okay.
Yes.
Just look up what that does. I think it doesn't do anything blinding, but I have to be sure.
It does not blind.
No. Well, you can still do it. I mean, if you want to cast that magic, just open it up here with the book.
Are you trying to make it look like a godly fucking barrel?
I'm trying
Is
to
that
make
what
it
you-
look like Mortiz is some kind of
Barrel
battle
god.
god, because they don't know Marakesh shot through his legs that much. I think the ones in the back, they just saw a guy die.
Okay, I'm reading the spell here. You touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension with the barrel. Isn't. Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light can be colored as you like. Completely covering the object with something opaque blocks the light. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. Well, you can do that. It's an inanimate object, so even you shouldn't be able to miss it.
Nice.
But you
I
have
need to
it.
touch it. Yes.
So moving
So
up to
I
the
moved
barrel.
the 5 feet, and
Okay.
then I
And what color
touched the
object?
barrel.
Yes, and it lights up. In what color?
It's gotta be like, I saw the claw symbol on their altar, so I think they have some kind of barbaric war god, obviously. And I
Mhm.
expect that his color would be the color of blood, so I want to play to that.
Okay, so you're basically having this barrel be a red light barrel.
Yes, red and ominous, kind of like a dark
So
blood
crimson
red.
light. Yes. Okay. You do that, and you say you want to intimidate.
Yes, like attempt to intimidate them by seeing this big barbarian.
The way this works, because it's basically in a hallway, the light is going to come out so that it only is visible through here and across here. So right now,
Yeah.
of course, I mean, it would be basically transmitted onto this wall over here, as in this side of the room. So
Yes.
well, I would say make an intimidation roll. Just a
Yes.
regular intimidation roll.
It would also intimidate Marakesh.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh!
well, they don't seem too fussed
I'm
about
not
it.
I'm not a child. I'm not gonna get scared by
It was
everything.
creative,
It
at
was,
least.
I will give you that. It was definitely a new way of thinking, and I love when players get creative. That is always fun.
I can try again with another color afterwards and try and intimidate them.
Just make it a rainbow.
Just disco
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, but that did not have any effect. So I say that's you still have some movement left, and you still have a bonus action.
Well,
You have 25 feet of movement because you literally only move up to the barrel. So, but you don't
I
have
think
to
I'd
use it.
just like to try and hide as good as possible. It should be kind of out of sight.
Yeah, for right now, there's no one that can see you. Only
So
that's you
stealth check.
Yep.
At least I did that decent.
Yeah, you basically press yourself up against the wall and sort of duck behind the now glowing barrel. So yeah, that brings us to this guy here who can't do anything because there are mates in front of him and behind him. Bird.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to go here.
Okay, that's 10 feet, I think. Yep.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but the light, shouldn't it make it actually slightly distracting so they're not as likely to see the bird?
Oh yeah. I will get that into potential rolls.
Okay, thanks. That was just it.
Yeah. That's good.
That doesn't even matter.
Well, what are you doing, Bird?
Because I moved to 10 feet over here, and I'm going to squeak out. Come over here that I heard Sandrielle say earlier to Marakesh.
Okay, so that definitely gets their attention then.
Yes.
Wait, what? I heard something about me.
Basically, the bird is trying to get attention onto himself in a narrow corridor with a lot of goblins.
Oh,
Okay.
geez.
Trying to die.
I'm actually going 5 feet further away, and I will hold my action till they get close.
Okay, when you're holding an action, you have to state in what you're holding it onto.
If it gets into me, I will attack.
Okay, so if someone were to attack you,
yeah.
What will you do with that action then? If that is the case, just for letting me know. So
I'll do an attack with my longsword and try to deflect it.
Okay, so it's a melee attack you will do.
Yeah.
So if anyone gets enraged. Okay, good to know. So you're holding that action, right? I'll keep that in mind. This guy, that means you've called out, so that's basically a bonus action. You've moved as much as you wanted, and you're holding an action. That brings us to this guy who also can't move. This guy who can move a little bit, and he definitely did. Oh, wow! Stop making mistakes. Now I have to be very careful so I don't delete the map again. He's going to move here, and let me see what the range on this thing is. He is here, isn't he? What is he? He is copy of. So I have to find that goddamn lot of character sheets here. Nope, that was not the intention. Sorry about that. Ignore that. Ignore that for now. Ah, here he is. Nope, that's not the right guy. God damn it. So many. He is going to use his short bow. He is within range, isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
should be.
He definitely
Short
is.
bow is
He should be.
60
Yeah.
and
80.
120.
It's 80. Short
80?
bows. Yeah, short bows are actually quite powerful.
They're actually pretty good.
So he's going to make that, but because there's a friend in his way, you are considered in three-quarters cover, so you get a plus AC with 5.
That's good for killing me then.
So he's going to try anyway.
Yeah. Does not hit.
That does not hit, all right. So he just this arrow just whizzes past you, and just like, because he has a friend in his way, it's pretty difficult to aim anyway. So that's what he's going to do, and that brings us to the next one. who is now in front of the door with a red light shining upon him from the barrel, which he doesn't really seem to care about. And his friend just shot an arrow past him, so he's obviously going to go for the sound and what he heard from the bird. And he is also going to make a ranged attack because he's also an archer.
Damn it. I thought he was space.
Where is that goddamn character sheet? So many sheets. So many sheets. Is it here? No. Is it here? No. Is it what? Wait, did I even bring that up? Or is that just... Oh, maybe I didn't. Well, then I will do that. It was here. And he's going to make a... You do not have... You're not in cover for this. Whoa!
Goodbye, birdie.
I think that might hit.
Oh
Just-
god, it's gonna like split your face in two.
Okay.
I had to read my character sheet, man.
And
Maybe you have an extra character ready.
I do, don't worry.
He's going to
I don't even. I haven't yet.
He's going to do well. Yeah, there's also the chance of saving him. Of course, this will be rather difficult. He's going to do 1d6 plus 2. So 1d6 plus 2, and that is... So you take 4 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And the
Yeah.
goblin can't really do anything. And goddamn, all these character sheets. Why?
Let's just say, guys, I'm close to dying.
So...
Aren't you our only healer as well?
Don't worry, I've got a tree up my sleeve.
Pretty much. Okay. That it brings us to this guy who can't do anything either. And this guy is dead, so I'm going to remove him from the turn order. That brings us back to Mortiz, still now standing on a very glowing barrel.
And slightly more scared for his family
Yeah,
jewels.
and clutching his jewels.
Okay, so you're standing on a barrel right now, and there's a dead goblin in front of you. What would you like to do?
How, like, is the doorway the same height as the room, or is it like a normal doorway? Or there's like a bit at the top?
It's about 8 or 7 feet tall. So you can just standing on the barrel. You'll have to basically slide down the barrel first to get through. You can't jump up, and that would basically hitting a wall with your head.
I am pretty stupid, but
that would be fitting for your
You are
character.
barbarian.
I don't think that's what you do, but
You don't
So
know
why-
his life.
that's true.
Maybe he's got issues.
I'd like to attempt to slide down onto the corpse.
Okay.
Do you want me to do a check for that, or am I good enough? Is that not acrobatic enough?
I will say getting down from the barrel. Roll me an athletics check with just a regular athletics check. Shouldn't be a problem, but just in case you get down pretty easily without hurting yourself. So where are you
And
getting
without
down?
breaking the barrel.
Oh yeah, the barrel's fine. It's just glowing. So just move this guy out of the way. Just
I'm
for this-
helpful.
Oh, that was who I wanted to. Was that true? I'm just.
There you
If
go.
I'm-
Now you can move him.
Okay, thanks. So he's basically
Now I have a door on my face.
Well,
Before you had a ring.
the door is still there. It's just been opened. It hasn't been smashed or anything, so I'm not gonna remove that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a goblin with a bow right in front of you.
Can I attempt to smash him in the face?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
That will hit. Yes,
That might hit as well.
Whoa.
and he is very dead.
Whoa.
That guy fell apart.
He did not survive that.
That's for shooting him.
So he died. Okay. So there's now a very dead goblin archer in the hallway. covered in the red light from the barrel. So the blood is hard to see, actually, because it's basically the same color as the light. Okay, that was a bonus. You can try.
No, I just meant the blood is
It
stealth.
will definitely be with disadvantage this time, because
No, it's
you
not.
just bashed the head in of her.
I can't. No, it's not worth it.
Okay, well, that's all up to you. That brings us back to Marakesh.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Beyond
I
stupid.
can't see anybody from where I am, right?
Nope.
Well, I'm just gonna wait. Ready a shot and wait until I can see a goblin.
So you're gonna hold an action until someone gets in range and line of sight. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That brings us to this guy who can't move and just saw a friend fall, but he wants to run, but there isn't room to do that. So that brings us to this guy who also can't do anything. Back to Sandrielle. You just saw Mortiz jump down the barrel, and you probably couldn't see the actual swing of his hand axe's hit. You could definitely hear a goblin like,
Yeah, the thing is, do I move down from here where I have an advantage? If they get inside, they have a hard time seeing me and hitting me.
That is actually a good
Or
thought.
do I go downstairs and move closer to the actual action?
Well,
Since right now I can't see if there's any
it would
more.
it would essentially be a lot of movement if you wanted to get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I
It's
proved
just-
you don't need that much movement.
Well,
You just jump off the edge.
you also
You
just
need
jump.
really strong legs, but you don't need a lot of movement.
you also didn't fail that acrobatics check. Had you done that, it would have been a different story altogether.
I'll just, I could just jump down on top of Marakesh, like, catch me!
You can try.
But that's kind of out of character for my
The romance
character.
begins.
So.
All right.
Nope.
Well,
No.
well, I just
Also,
gonna,
he's a weirdo. I don't want him anywhere near me.
that's probably
Weird
correct.
person.
All right.
We're all fucking weird.
So I think I'll bide my time and stay here. 'Cause
Okay.
that's
At
Yeah.
some
Like,
point,
okay.
it's gonna stop with those weirdos and me, because you're gonna join us.
Yeah, you're gonna be one of those weirdos.
One of us.
You
One
could
of
have probably-
us.
Us.
You could probably have lowered
No,
yourself down on the
I'll be
barrel.
the odd one out in your weird little family, so I'll be standing to the side, being
Yes,
like, "Oh
the
my
front-
god,
this-
I don't know these people."
The overly fried chicken.
Oh, okay, that's your
Hey.
turn
I'm gonna
then.
shoot you, Sandrielle.
That's your
That's the
turn.
point.
That brings us to Sandrielle. You just
I
saw
would
one-
like to do another attempt at intimidation.
Okay.
My character has had lots of time to think and has come up with imitating a dragon's roar to again
Okay,
try
and-
and intimidate.
What are you doing that with? Is that a spell or something?
I can speak draconic, so
Okay, so
I
you're
would
basi-
like to
you're ba-
try
you're
and
basi-
utilize that
You're basically gonna yell out in Draconic. Okay, make an intimidation check.
as aggressively as I can and as loudly.
Okay, make I would say make a performance check,
Oh, okay.
just to see if you can actually pull off sounding like.
I would
you-
say.
Yeah,
I was
that's,
gonna say if that
that's,
didn't work, I could try talking.
that's
giants. I
definitely
think there's a giant in here.
basically you're just shouting. What do you want to shout at them? It's basically you're going to be shouting in Draconic, basically sounding like dragons.
I am gonna just shout. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna shout like kittens and rainbows or something.
Okay,
What you
okay,
make me do?
okay.
And everybody in the room knowing what you're saying.
Anyone who can speak Draconic knows exactly what you're saying.
The most
but-
intimidating sounding kittens and rainbows ever.
Okay.
Kittens and
Let
rainbows.
me just see. What is that? Would be. That would be this guy who is okay. So I have to find his. Essentially, because he is the only one in the light, and because God damn it, where are all these That one is dead, so there's no need to keep him around.
They can just see an ominous red light and hear a dragon screaming.
No, that's not the right one either. Why are there so many character sheets? No,
Can I
that's
just
not...
say, Sandrielle, your character kind of earned a point in my character's book by being able to speak my language, and then you lost it again by shouting
Kittens and rainbows! Ah!
Kittens and rainbows!
So you kind of earned a star.
He is going to make... See, that would probably be...
Emilio, I have a question for you.
Okay.
My mimicry. The things I hear, I can only say that in the language they're spoken, right?
I would say you can speak it in... Yeah, you can only speak that in the language that you heard it in, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna note that it's draconic.
Okay, and
Draconic kittens and rainbows.
basically this guy is going to try and not be frightened, be wisdom, and what is your DC, Sandrielle? Should be on your spells sheet, like on the very top. Yep.
12.
Ooh, he actually makes that, so he isn't scared.
Oh.
Confused but not scared.
Yeah, he's basically this red light. His friend just died, and someone is yelling something incoherent but very frightening at him. But he's more confused.
He's got balls.
He's more confused and scared right now. Okay, that brings us to.
At some point, it's gonna work.
Well,
Keep thinking that.
I applaud you for being persistent. Let's see. That brings us to this guy here, who is going to. Okay, he is actually going to move here because that's as far as he can go. It's very far, and he's going to take a shot at the bird, which he can do. And he is okay. He's a goblin.
I get the 3/4 cover.
What?
Do I get the cover for the cover?
Yeah, you get the cover because this guy's in the way. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's +5.
Yeah.
What is that guy doing there? No. Get out. No. So many sheets. What was he? He was a... Nope, that was not the guy.
He was a
I
goblin.
have so many things. Oh, there he was. Yeah, he's a goblin. Well, whoop-de-freaking do they all are. So he's going to make a short bow range attack. Kenku. Yeah.
No.
Basically, another arrow just comes swoosh down the hallway and hitting the stone goes like twink. Yeah, you don't take any damage from that, unless you are a wall, right?
Yeah.
So technically, you've held an action, but since nobody can,
it doesn't. It didn't matter.
you thought they were going to go to melee combat. Well,
yeah, I hoped.
Yeah, well, they didn't, and it's your turn now.
Yes, I would like to use my bonus action to drink a potion.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
A potion of minor healing.
Okay.
Aren't you happy you're the one
It
who got that?
is, yeah, exactly. It's 2d4 plus 4, or plus 2. So,
Yep.
So that's 8 points of health.
Well,
I didn't.
That should bring you back to full, right?
Yeah, I'm on full health again.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a bonus action. And I'm going to move.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to hold my action for a melee attack.
Okay, so if someone comes into melee combat range, yeah. Okay, you do that. That brings us to this guy who can now hit, or at least try to. He's gonna load his sling up with a sharp stone, and let's see, he is here, so that would be 5. That's 7. That's you get a AC about 9 to this, plus 9 to this. So well, he's gonna try anyway, because that's what he does. And he should actually, yeah, you are within range of him. I take it that's not going to hit.
Definitely not.
All right, so that's all that he's going to do. Goody. And this guy, yeah, you're now moving very close to him, but all he has is a short bow, so... Oh, God damn, I gotta find that piece of character sheet. Nope, that was still not it.
If you crit on me again, I'm going to cry.
Okay, let's see. He was going to Shopo. And he has... You are not within cover.
That does not hit.
Okay, well, it's basically like this arrow. He's basically scared now that he's still confused from hearing the weird draconic speech before, and still in the red light of the barrel. And so he's not really focusing on hitting you, even though you're pretty close. So that arrow just goes whoosh down the hallway. Okay, and that brings us to this guy's dead. Away with you. This guy can't move. So that brings us to Mortiz once more.
So, can I try and loot the dude that should be under me?
Yeah, you can. That's an investigation check.
With advantage, yeah?
It doesn't really matter in this situation. He does have a rather flimsy-looking spear, but apart from that, it doesn't seem like there is anything on this goblin. He seems to be pretty low of the lowest of goblins, and
oh, good.
I mean, there's a reason why he was the first cannon fodder, basically. Okay.
Did that use my action?
That was an action, yes.
Damn. So
Dumbass.
I can't look in the other one.
No.
Damn.
You can look at, but you cannot look at more closely at it because you're basically not close enough to do that.
Can I look at it?
Okay.
See if I can. Can I see if I can find any weak points for how to hit goblins 101?
That would be
Nature?
Yeah, I think nature would actually be right for this. Maybe history.
It doesn't work. It
Is
doesn't
that-
matter either way.
It seems like, well, if you smash them enough, they die. Or if you shoot them enough, they die. So that's
just
a good start.
experience.
That's a good starting point.
Oh my god.
So you have deduced they can be killed.
They can be
He
killed. is pretty
finally
much...
lived up to his IQ.
So they are like crates. I get it now.
Yep.
The way the friend goes, you can kill it
Essentially-
until it's dead.
Essentially, you think if you were to jump on it, you could potentially slip and fall on your ass once more. That's what you deduce from this. Okay,
If I
that brings
stomp them.
basically, yeah. That brings us to Marakesh once more.
Can't really fucking do much.
That's the thing about fighting in narrow corridors.
Yeah, and being a fucking long range when nobody gets in range. That's real fun.
Well, they have range too. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen at some point.
Just be creative like me.
Yeah, what can I use prophecy for? Which is the only actual use spell I've got right now, unless I want to kill some of you.
Use your hand to touch me.
There's still a barrel he has to get over if that was the case.
I mean, I could use prophecy on one of you guys, I guess.
And what would that
Yeah.
do?
Let me just. There you go.
A friendly creature gains advantage on all attack rolls made, while a hostile creature has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Depending on who I put it on. I guess I'll just.
Yeah.
It has
I'll
to be somebody I
say-
can see, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you can
yeah,
technically
with-
see me.
Creature visible within 30 feet.
It is
Yeah.
only a barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's kind of like I kind of wanted to do it on the Kenku, but I don't think I could see him.
Nah, I'm maybe better.
Oh no, he would not with with both the barrel glowing and Mortiz standing there. That would not be a visible target, I'd say.
I'm just gonna do it on, on Mortiz then.
Okay.
Mortiz, I'll meet shield.
Yep.
Shit, me
That's not a bad idea. So he has a friendly creature gains advantage on all attack rolls made. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's your
And
turn.
I'll, and
Okay.
I'll stand here looking pretty.
Okay. Yep. Well, you can do that. I'm not gonna have you. That brings us to this guy, who is still trying to flee, but is unable to do that because there are some dudes in the other way. And that guy is behind everyone else, so he's not going to be able to move. That brings us back to Sandrielle.
Well, not much has happened since last time.
No.
Still can't see any of the goblins.
Got the same problem I do.
No, I would say that with this goblin being out of the way, you cannot actually see where that is.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think action-wise I'm gonna do anything. I'm just gonna say, hey, tall, silver-haired, elvish girl, what the fuck's up with kittens and rainbows? And I'm gonna speak that in Draconic.
Okay.
I like the fact that you said girl, because otherwise it could go through.
Yeah, exactly. Silver-haired.
One of my characters also has silver hair, just...
Catherine, would you mind sending that in a whisper to me on Roll20?
Fair enough, I'll do that.
Just because he's going to use that
at some point.
Okay, so the way you whisper is that, if I could just roll up to basically get that, you type /W and then the bird and just the message you want to send.
Does the bird have to be in one word, or is it just...
when I had to whisper him, I only had to type in the, because bird became a part of the message.
Then it should bring it up, yeah.
And right after the W, not with a space in between, right?
Yeah, with a space in between.
Yeah.
W space the space.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'll try.
Okay, and I assume that ends your turn unless you want to move.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I should probably crouch again, because
okay,
then
make a stealth check as soon as you can, so if you're done writing.
I can just
write that's you are pretty stealthy out there, even though you just yelled down to the other elf.
Yeah, but they don't know where I am inside the room.
They just assume it's a dragon somewhere.
There's just
basically they don't understand this. So that finishes your turn, and while you write, we will go to Sandrielle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, in my theme of intimidation,
yeah,
for fuck's sake,
I would like to combine yelling and disco show of my lights.
Yes.
For intimidation.
Okay.
And what I would like to yell in Draconic this time is just join me. We need to scare these fuckers off.
Okay. Make a performance check to see how much you sound like a dragon.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, that's pretty
good performance.
That is pretty convincing.
I should have been a bard.
This guy is going to, what is that called? He is copy of. Is that this guy? Nope, that would not be the guy.
Okay, hopefully this will work.
Let's see, he have to make a wisdom saving throw, and that's 12 he has to beat. He is actually scared and is going to try to run away, but unfortunately he can't because there's a friend right in his way. But he will get that to his turn, so I will do something there. Okay, anything else you'd like to do?
I don't know, just continue my disco light show on the barrel.
I mean, if you're not casting any other spells, I think light is a concentration spell, if I'm not mistaken.
But you can still cast spells even if you're holding a concentration spell, as long as you don't do another concentration spell.
Yeah. So basically, you keep that up without issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's actually not a concentration spell. It's lasts for 1 hour.
Oh, you don't need. Don't you
it.
need to keep touching it?
No.
Nope.
No.
As soon as you.
Why have I been standing here touching a barrel for like 3 turns?
You tell me. Maybe it's a nice barrel.
Well, it was comforting. I don't get a lot of like physical connection with anyone.
Oh, you poor thing.
Okay, so you can move away from the barrel.
At least you didn't get sniffed up the butt by a barbarian.
Well,
Okay.
standing in front of me, so.
I'm just gonna go over next to Marakesh.
Okay,
Hey,
you can do that.
I got all them women
And
skills.
can I request a very short break?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Super.
Okay. And we're back. And with this little break, did you have your turn, Sandrielle? I think you did.
Yes, I moved over next to
Right.
Marakesh.
That means it is the Goblin's turn. And he is... Oh, he was actually the one... No, that was not him. So he's going to take a shot at the Kenku with the cover, because there's still a friend in his way. So what was he called? He would basically... he was a copy of the copy.
Goblin number 5.
Yeah, you get the +5 to your AC because of that cover. If I could just... I think it's this guy, isn't it? Yeah, it is. All right. And he's going to shoot and... Ooh.
Hit. I think.
No, actually hits.
Wow. So he does 1d6 plus 2. I gotta find that roller.
That's gonna hurt.
Don't die, Birdie.
Yep. You are definitely correct in that. So he's
down.
essentially in a Mad Max style. He just bends to the side of his friend and just pops this arrow right between where it hurts. So that is one bird. That is one down, Birdie.
No, I'm not down. I'm still alive.
You still alive? Okay. Well,
Still up.
Okay.
Thank God for that health potion earlier.
Yeah, that probably was welcomed. Okay, that is his turn because he can't move. Bird, it is your turn. You just got hit by an arrow.
Well, to be fair, I have another potion, so screw you.
Okay, well, you can do that then.
I'm going to use my bonus action to take my potion.
Okay.
And that's going to heal me for 5. Because it's +2.
You can type that into the roller.
Yeah, but then it will do it for both of the rolls. It does.
Okay.
So
you get 3 hit points back. Is
no,
there anything else?
I get 5 because it's
5, yeah.
2d4 plus 2. So I'm going to move forward and slash at that freaking goblin.
Okay. And yeah, that's gonna hit. Oh, you're using 2 hands, are you?
No, it's a 1d10 if versatile.
Okay.
I got another one called longsword.
So you're using... It's definitely going to hit, so that's using 2 slashing damage, okay.
Yeah.
That is going to... Well, that did hit, so he takes that damage. Okay, and that leaves us... You've used a bonus action and an action
And I moved a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so that leads us to the goblins here. And he is going to shoot at you, and that would be with a lot of AC added. So that's 5, 7, 9. Where did this guy go? That was... nope, that's not the guy. Ah, there he is.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that rock basically just off the stone floor, and that's all that he's going to do. This guy who just been slashed is actually going to try to get away because he is frightened. And he will attempt to push his friend out of the way so that he can move. And to do that, he has to do some little bit of strength. Let me see. Should probably get there. Not that it matters for this one, but... that guy's dead. Why do I have that up? So many character sheets. Is that it? Nope, that was not it. God freaking damn it. Where do you hide? Is it you? Yeah, it is. Good. And he's going to push his friend out, attempt to push his friend out of the way, and he fails to do that. So he's going to stand, and he's absolutely not going to try and attack because he's frightened. Goblins are not too brave. This guy is actually going to. He's going to basically attack the goblin in front of him because he wants to get in on the action. Let me see. So, that's one of these guys. Is it this? Nope, it's not. Got it. This guy. So he's going to attack the guy in front of him, and essentially kill him. That's
Wow.
You don't want to stand in the way of that. That's a general. So 0, and you are dead. Let's just move out of the way, and there we go.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't want to miss with that guy. That brings us back to Mortiz. You see a pretty wounded bird in front of you.
I'm okay.
Well, you still got
I'm still good.
still got a wound on you.
Can I attempt to shove him to the right-hand side?
Yes, you can. That's a strength, and actually, that's make a strength check, each of you. Yep, he is definitely pushed out of the way.
He did a strength save.
Strength check, not save.
Yeah, sorry.
My God.
Because Mortiz has the bonus, that is going to push you out of the way, Kenku.
Yeah.
So you are going over there, yeah, and I assume you're going in there, Mortiz.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I want to beat the shit out of the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Yes.
You can try to do that. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Try, please.
And that is going to hit. And that means that he is dead.
Bye-bye, Goblin.
So that goes down to 0 save, and I will X him off like that, and pull just out of the way, basically. Okay. And that ends your turn, I believe. Unless you still have movement, so you can get in the face of the next goblin if you want to.
Yeah.
You just can't attack him, so you can just
Yeah, I'll just stand on
stand.
that corpse.
Okay.
Pan
Yeah,
around
you
in it a little
basically do that.
Nest
Okay.
in it.
And that brings us to Marakesh once more.
Well, I'm gonna keep up my prophecy so he keeps having advantage.
Oh yeah, that's true. It wouldn't have mattered in this case because both were the best rolls at front, so that's...
And I guess I'll just stand like a meat shield for Sandrielle.
Okay, that's
There, I guess.
perfectly fine. Anything else you'd like to do?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
That's fine. You don't have to always do something. This guy, he just saw a friend in front of him and a friend in the back right behind him get murdered, and he doesn't like that, so he's going to attempt to run away, which means that he would have to push his way through his friends behind him. And let me see, that's this guy, and he's going to push. Nope. But he does stand on his dead friend, so there's no... Yeah. Okay, and that brings us to the guy in the back. He's not going to do anything. He can't do anything. Well, he could, but he's not nearly as murderous as his friend. Sandrielle.
Yeah. So I'm getting tired of standing up here all day. So I was thinking, since I've picked up that rope before, I'm gonna tie it to the railing, and then I'm gonna climb down so I can.
Okay,
Instead of jumping.
make a strength check to see how well you can tie that knot.
Would be going down right on my top of my head, though.
Okay.
No, I don't have to go to the side. I could go there.
Yeah, there's plenty of room for her to get down. Make a dexterity save.
Just a second.
So that's under the saves, and yeah, you manage to land basically the rope. It doesn't the knot when you're halfway down, the knot comes undone, and that's a bit scary. But you've managed to get so far that you land pretty decently on the floor. Only a 5 feet fall, so it's not enough to hurt you. And with a 14, you are also land as well enough to not get knocked prone.
Well, and since the knot is undone, I can pick up the rope again, I guess.
Exactly. It follows you down.
Yeah, so I'll pick up the rope, so I still have it on me.
Yeah, and I've said you've used that was a 10 feet.
There.
You've used 10 feet of your movement, and it was an action. It was an action to basically tie the knot and climb over.
Yeah.
I would
Is
say
she using climbing speed though, or just go now?
Wouldn't it be like 15 or something to get over the bar?
Yeah, I think that's it. There isn't really a climbing speed unless that's something that's specifically said.
It is a thing. I think it's half your movement or something like that.
Well, this was more than
So like encumbered movement.
yeah, basically. But still be about 5 feet of movement left, so it wouldn't be enough to climb the barrel, basically.
The only reason I
basically just
remember is
fell
because Tabaxi actually has a climbing speed.
Yeah, there are some creatures that do, but
Yeah, they have a better climbing speed than regular people. So
I think
that's why.
I think it's more considered that those who have climbing speed don't have to make checks while they're climbing. It's more that more than
I
it
don't think
is.
so. No.
Well, either way,
Game
it's
Master rules.
Yeah.
it's not. It's probably not something we're going to be doing a whole lot of. That brings us to Sandrielle.
I want to continue my intimidation shrieks.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
What you gonna say this time?
I think, in the spirit of me, and my character not having ate anything in a fucking long time, I'm fucking hungry.
So that's
That
what
shall
you're going
be
to
my
say.
shit.
That is what.
I'm gonna say I'm fucking hungry in Draconic.
Okay, make a performance check.
Oh, that's not gonna sound great.
It sounds like suddenly the roar of a dragon turns into what basically sounds like a kitten with a sore throat. It's like,
I guess that all that yelling gets the worst of you.
eventually, yeah. So you're not going to be scaring anyone with that anytime soon.
But
Unless,
I am hungry as a person.
that's probably true, but it's still not going to scare anyone. That brings us to this guy, and he is seeing that Mortiz is right up in his face. He's not going to attempt to hit you with his short bow because he thinks, well, that doesn't make any sense. So what he's actually going to do is he's going to try to punch you straight up. Doubt that's this. Yeah.
My beautiful brain-covered face.
Wow.
So disgusting.
Does that hit?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you take 1d4 damage to this. Plus 0, so that's 1 bludgeoning damage. Oh my god.
Oh, Dan.
Goblins are not known for their strength or bravery.
Oh dear.
At
Or
least not
brightness.
among us now.
Or anything really.
So he's basically just like, punch, aha, I did damage. And then he's probably going to die soon, so. Kenku.
Slap.
They're about as strong as I am.
Yeah.
Kenku, you got pushed by a fairly bloodied Mortiz who seems to be going on a rampage. Mortiz, remember, you can also go into a rage.
Do I really need it right now?
Not really.
You already have advantage.
Yeah,
Well-
but rage deals extra damage.
To be fair,
Yes.
that hurts. No. Well, the goblin in front of me that haven't been looted.
Yep, he is here.
Yeah, I'd like to loot it.
Okay.
Or
Move on top of him because it's essentially
Yes.
you're searching through a corpse. Okay,
Yes.
so that would be investigation.
I found nothing.
You find.
Oh, my bad.
Found the light hammer.
Ah, you didn't find anything. Smash.
Smash the corpse. I mean, you can do that if you want to. I'm not gonna. You basically.
Good old-fashioned search and smash.
Goblins aren't really the cleanest creatures to be searching through, and this one seems to be a rather filthy goblin, even amongst goblins. Again, there's a reason he went second, and well, not first, but There's definitely a picking order in who goes into danger first.
Okay.
So you don't really get anything other than smelly goblin stuff, which doesn't really seem to be interesting.
I'm going down and stand here then.
Okay, you can do that. There is still a dead
Yeah,
goblin
but I've
there.
already searched one. So.
It has been looted pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and I have used my.
Okay, you've used an action to search this one, so.
I just realized this is the first time that the bird sees the dragonborn.
That is true. That is true. So across this crimson glowing barrel, there's
I'm not even looking up. I'm looking at the corpses.
Okay, well, so you're not even paying attention. Okay.
Awesome.
Don't worry, he won't be cheerfully waving at you.
Hopefully not, or sniffing me.
All right. That leads us to it doesn't lead us to this guy because this guy is dead. Away with you. And did I not remove that guy? I should. Oh, there we go.
No.
And this guy is also dead. Away with you. And this guy, well, there's a friend in front of me, and I want to get some action, so he's going to simply chop, or try to chop him up.
Oh, wow.
And he does. So he just murdered two of his own
They're
friends.
just killing each other. I love it. You don't have to do anything.
I'm
Me on one side, him on the
MVP
other.
right now because I scared the shit out of him.
You see, I scared one, which I would like to say, because he was the only one who was.
It's not the one that's killing the rest.
No. Well,
No,
that guy,
no.
that guy's just doing it because he wants some action. That has nothing to do with intimidation. He's
Okay.
He's
moving.
really sexually frustrated.
just a low IQ, I
He's moving
see.
towards you guys. Actually, he does have some movement, so he's going to move here. And this goblin, Mortiz, you see this goblin. This was what caused the clanking. You see that this goblin has
Armor and
more or less assembled what appears to be a half-plate armor himself, and is carrying also what looks like the remains of a chest plate as a sort of makeshift shield. And he's got a now very bloodied battle axe in his one hand. He looks a bit tougher and definitely a lot scarier than the rest of the goblins.
Oh, boss time.
Can I attempt, do you think I could move that one? The one in front of me? Think I could move out?
Well, it is your turn right now.
Mm.
So, if you were trying to push him, that would be a strength check.
Yeah. I want to try and move him behind me or
No, actually,
to the side.
acrobatics, not strength. So
Okay.
you're trying to basically push this guy
Yeah.
into the guy behind him. Okay. Well, you are in a narrow corridor. There's
Yeah.
back
what
and forth. There isn't really to the sides.
That's mostly what I'm asking. Are they small enough to put over my head?
Well, you can try and then you'd have to make a grapple attempt at the goblin if you want to lift it. See, that would be an unarmed strength check because you're basically not grappling anyone with weapons in hand. So yes, make a strength check if you want to try and grapple this guy. He's going to try and fight it, of course, because that's probably not something he likes.
I feel like it might be better to just kill him.
Well,
That's right.
you can also do that.
Even if I might die to the battle axe, dude.
Well, yeah, that hits. And that hits that kills this goblin as well. They don't have a lot of HP.
Out of interest, how much overkill was that?
6.
No, that was actually an overkill of 5.
Yeah, so the entirety of my first hit.
Yeah, basically. The second hit would have been enough, but... Okay. And would you like to move?
I might as well.
Okay. So you're standing next to what looks to be a heavy armored, but also very encumbered looking goblin. Who appears to be tougher than the rest, but also a lot slower than the rest.
Would I be able to attempt an intimidate?
Yeah, I'd say that given you just killed his friend, you can try. Nope. He just killed 2 of his own friends just to get to you. He
Killed
doesn't
just
really
as many
care.
as he had.
He does not care about you, not at all. Okay, that brings us to Marakesh.
Hey.
What are you looking at? Are you looking out through the door or?
Marakesh?
Yep.
I guess I should move closer. Or try to get out there, because I actually have like melee weapons I can do something with. But people are kinda in the fucking way.
Yeah, and you have to get past the Dragonborn, over a glowing barrel, past a Kenku, past a lot of dead bodies of goblins.
He could go to the side of the barrel and move it. He doesn't have to move me.
That is correct. He doesn't have to jump over it, and he doesn't have to basically make the barrel stay.
I could also just try to bust through the. I think I've got about as well a chance.
and the barrel is still looking rather battered up from the spears it took from the first goblin.
Yeah.
So it probably would break, but
yeah. I don't know. I think I'll walk over here and just make sure I'm actually within range of my buddies. I guess I can't do shit. It's really frustrating.
I mean,
try and move the Kenku and the barrel.
Suppose I can. Yeah, I'm gonna try to move the fucking. I'll try to pull the Kenku over the barrel on the way.
You can reach the Kenku, but it's definitely not going to be easy because the barrel pretty much takes up the entire doorway.
Yeah, well, I'm tall.
That's true, but
I'm small.
Make a strength check with disadvantage, and you can make a strength check if you want to fight that Kenku.
To fight that.
Yeah, that's gonna be enough. That's gonna be enough. Basically, there's a hand, elvish looking hand, sort of reaching in over this glowing barrel, and that's
just patting your back.
But no, not even reaching, and also because the bird isn't really paying attention because he's looking at a corpse that he's standing on. So
I'm patting his feathers. Don't even.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that is to it. Okay?
You now have mud on your hands.
Yeah, there's still some mud stuck in the Kenku's armor. Right, that brings us. I reckon you don't have anything else to do on this.
Fuck all.
Okay, that brings us to. Whoops, that was one too many. I'll just roll through it. This guy, he will move up, and he can move to there. If I'm not doing this wrong, no, he's actually got that movement, even though he's pretty buggered down. Okay, and that's all he can do because he can't reach. He doesn't have any reaching weapons. Sandrielle.
That next goblin's dead, by the way.
Well, I am not trying to stand on top of that barrel, like I saw the weird human being do.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's beneath my standards. The bird is still in the way, so I guess I could try to move the barrel, but then I would still have the bird in the way.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to move things out of the way. You can just attempt to move past it. That would be a dexterity save, or rather, dexterity check. That could be done.
You guys could just have a conversation over the barrels.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's just chat for a bit.
Just use the barrel as a table and just be like, so guys, what did you do last Friday?
Sit down, have a conversation, and just chat.
With the background music of chop, 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 chop.
Okay, but what
we can use
these
empty vials to fill them with grog and drink from those.
Yeah. I would like to just from here where I'm standing check on the bird because I haven't. Have I seen him before? I don't remember if I've done a check on him before.
No, you have not.
No, I don't believe you have.
I think I've just
seen
the bird thing come into the room. I don't think I've checked on him.
Yeah. I'll say that. So that's an insight check.
Yep.
There looks to be a bird-like person looking over the body of a very dead goblin.
Why are you
And
doing inside checks?
basically, that's to figure out in people's intentions and.
He intends to not die.
Yeah, you get the sense that the Kenku seems to not be so interested in combat and more what is this goblin wearing, or that's at least what you gather from that role.
He's got a fetish for goblins.
So seems to be
Potentially,
addicted to
yes.
health potions.
Okay, anything else you'd like to do? You still have full movement, but you can also just stay there if you want to.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, that brings us to Sandrielle.
Yes.
You see a lot of people gathered around your now glowing barrel.
Yes.
We're like
I'm just
off.
nonchalantly gonna walk over here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just like lay my hands on their shoulders and go like, we should probably move a little faster from now on. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see.
Indraconic.
He's this guy.
In
He's-
common.
Okay.
Come on.
¿Por qué?
That leads us to the bird. What would you like to do, bird?
Who says I know common?
I'm trying to type this shit down. Okay, I'm standing here looking at a goblin.
Yes.
I would like to go back to the goblin I've been on, and then further over to my little friend.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey.
Say hello to my little friend.
And
Hey.
I would like to use my light hammer and throw it.
Okay. At the first goblin.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is because of Mortiz is in the way, and that's a +5 to armor. Okay. You can throw that.
We can try.
Is that and is that a versatile weapon? No, I don't think so.
No, it's just a light hammer.
Yep. That does not hit.
Okay. I don't have my hammer anymore.
Okay. Well, it's still on the floor, so you can still pick it up.
Yeah.
You're basically not with Mortiz in the way and the goblin basically standing over it. And the hammer just twinks of this plating that this goblin have gathered sort of hastily. But it seems to be protecting him actually. Speaking of which, it is his turn, and he has Mortiz right in front of him, and he's doing the logical thing that he wanted to do for a long time. Slash at Mortiz with a battle axe. So he's going to do that, and that's not going to hit, I assume.
You haven't rolled.
It didn't show up.
Did it not?
Nope.
It might be a bit slow. It's
Yeah.
like that sometimes.
It usually shows the thing.
What
but
did
not
it
the
roll?
numbers.
It rolled a 9.
Always.
That definitely wouldn't hit.
Nope. Well, I don't know. I'll just try to click it again just to see if to show up. It doesn't. It's still only the 9 that counts in case it's better.
Nope.
I'm getting a.
Nope. Nothing.
Well, I haven't clicked. I just got a connection message.
That might be the problem.
Yeah, it might be. Let me see. Anything you do will I will attempt to send when you get back online. I don't know why that was. I didn't have my internet popping out, so. Oh,
Here we go.
There you go.
Oh,
Not much better.
well, it's the same role. It's basically
It's
what.
the original roll.
Yeah, just repeated it because it apparently didn't connect before. So this very encumbered goblin tries to swing this battle axe at you, and that is so slow that you think that even a rock could dodge that.
Even though I'm apparently not wearing a shirt.
Even though you're not wearing a shirt, yeah, but you have a skill that allows you to have extra armor when you're not wearing armor, basically. And it's your turn.
Well, I think it's a bit obvious. I'm just as stupid as the goblin. I would like to smack his face out.
Well, you can try. And I will say try, because this goblin, as explained, has a bit of armor.
That would be with advantage on the first one, right?
I think it's with...
Because of
Isn't it on
Marakesh's thing.
Isn't it on every attack roll?
It's every attack roll.
Every attack roll has advantage, yeah.
Yeah, so...
So what are you attacking him with?
Both of those, that I sent.
Hand
Smack
axes?
a doodle do.
Well, the first one is definitely that's a critical hit. So let's see.
That's 16 points of damage.
That's 16 points of damage. The first one is actually enough. Gets him down.
Damn.
That was okay. So he is dead. Yep. And he basically, you managed to find this armor that he has gathered. It is not very well put together. He's definitely not a smith. It seems more like yeah. So you definitely find. I think with that first roll, you actually managed. He hasn't covered his neck, so with a single chop, there's suddenly a very armored helmet, goblin head in a helmet rolling around on the floor, and very headless armored goblin corpse lying in front of you. Okay.
Spraying blood all over me because
You
why
still-
not
you
have
still
more
have-
blood all over me?
Yeah, you still have movement. You basically because he was right in your face. So
I'll
you
just
can
move there, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll move. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I just to make things little less messy. Okay, that brings us to Marakesh. You would have heard a very clean slice and dunk 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 as this armored helmet basically got chopped off.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try see if I can move out there.
Okay, that's a dexterity check to get past the barrel.
Yeah.
I like that you don't want to move the barrel.
I said check, not save.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Same modifier.
Definitely don't want to save.
Well, that's you basically.
Still safe.
Yeah, you are not.
I can't fucking.
Dexterity check. Just click dexterity. You know how to do this.
There it is.
Okay.
It's hard. I'm working with one hand right now.
I don't know what you're doing.
Wink,
with the
wink.
other.
I don't know.
I'm playing a mobile game that I can't pause.
Okay. So you manage to squeeze your way past this glowing barrel, and yeah, you can get through, and you move over one goblin corpse and basically onto the next.
Squelch, squelch.
I don't know if I
squelch.
should try to fucking shoot that.
I mean,
You know what?
can.
Fucking, I'm trying to shoot it, so I'm dropping the.
You're dropping the
Yeah, the
prophecy.
prophecy. Yeah.
That is not going to hit because you both have a Kenku and a Mortiz in front of him, which would give him an armor score +7, which is basically he already has 17, so you need a 24 to hit.
Shit.
They're pretty well protected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
You
I guess
still
that's my
have
turn then.
okay.
What?
You still have a bonus action if you wanted to do anything with that. Okay.
I can't
Fine.
do follow.
Remember to check off shots. And such.
Another bolt. Oh yeah, I'm gonna reload.
Okay.
I can do that.
You can do that, yeah. So this guy, seems unfazed that his companion was just beheaded in front of him, and he's going to try and swipe at Mortiz in front of him, and he's going to do that with his battle axe. Wow.
Dink.
I am not a dangerous DM.
No, you're dangerous to your own minions.
So yeah, that's basically the same situation. They've gathered so much armor that it seems like they're moving in slow motion. So when he swings that battle axe at you, it's a piece of cake to step out of the way, basically. And that brings us to Azriel.
But since it seems like people don't want this barrel moved, I'm gonna try and move past it without moving it.
Okay, dexterity check.
Up there.
Yeah, that's not going to be a problem.
Awesome.
You basically sort of almost like a ballet dancer, just squeeze past it, no problem.
Just
Okay,
imagine
well-
a huge
Ballet
dragonborn doing
dancing
ballet.
dragon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Where's
So
my
you-
pink tutu when I need it? Anyways, I'm guessing Marakesh is way too big for me to get past him
You-
around the corner here.
You can try, or you can try to move him. Basically, as you could basically
I'm
what
not
you can.
gonna touch that weirdo.
Okay, that's fair enough. So then it would be
Ew.
dexterity. Then it would be dexterity. I will. Dexterity check with disadvantage because
Well,
it's
yeah.
it's.
Me.
So I assume you're going here because
Yeah.
you can do that with that roll. You can do that.
Okay. Nice.
So essentially, just like squeezing past, making sure definitely not touching this third elf with a crossbow standing ready.
I
Okay.
take so much offense to that.
Well, you have a crossbow loaded. It would be stupid to just kind of shove at you and then you accidentally fire off your crossbow.
You of all people should know that pushing a person standing with a crossbow ready is not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
So
Just kill the bird
Still
anyway.
taking offense.
That
Take
brings-
offense to the weird part. Not the fact that I'm holding a crossbow.
Well,
That
you
brings-
don't know that is what my character is thinking.
no, that's just a line of thought. Okay, that brings us to Sandrielle.
Yes.
You've just
I-
seen most of your friends move past this glowing barrel.
Yeah, they
that you've
just
made.
ignored me.
They don't appreciate you or the
Fucking-
barrel that you've made.
They are not good people. I want to
They
slap
asked
the
us to
barrel.
move fast, and we did.
That's
You could
true.
have said like, "Nice going" with the terrifying people, and cool.
Well, I
you could
didn't
speak
know it worked.
Draconic.
I couldn't see it, so I didn't know it would work. And you started shouting kittens and rainbows. Like, no,
I would
Everyone
like
else
to.
is just weirded out.
I'm
I
an
would like to
unimpressed
stab
dragon.
the barrel.
Okay.
Can I dual wield my daggers?
Yeah. No, but okay. Click the dagger name in the chat. Yeah. So you basically stab this barrel, and as soon as you do, it falls apart, and there's now red glowing pieces of wood and lumber lying about, basically still glowing
Wonderful.
from the light you put on them. So I'm just gonna.
Does it mean I can walk past it over next to Marakesh?
Yeah, now it's just a pile of wood. So there,
Wonderful.
You're now standing on top of a very dead goblin.
Yes, it's quite cuddly.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's all I have to do.
To quote Oblivion, do you know what the fine for necrophilia is? That scene got me really worked up when I discovered it in Oblivion. Well, okay, so that brings us to the Kenku, who
Yay.
failed to do any damage with his hammer throw, and
Yeah, I would like to go to the side here and I'll pick up my hammer.
I would say you can. It's just between Mortiz's legs, but it's not impossible, and he seems more focused on the goblin in front of him than trying to stop something between his legs once more.
Hit him in the crotch
Whoa,
with the hammer.
whoa.
So what would you like to do? You now have two. I believe did you have two hammers, or did you only have one?
I only have one,
Okay.
so I had to pick that up.
Yeah.
So
I'd say there's a bonus action, so you can still attack if you want to.
no, I think he got this.
Okay.
So I'm going. No, that's bonus action to use.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You use the bonus action.
Yeah.
Well, you can use your action as a bonus action,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
but you can't use an action then.
I'm just gonna stand here and wait.
Okay, that's fine. Brings us back to.
Could you at least duck so it's easier for me to hit?
Mate, you're like 2 fucking feet taller than me.
Also, you would have to Mortiz also dog and the Kenku dog. It would still be a pretty difficult shot even with that. Just because this goblin has more armor, it doesn't mean that he's taller.
True.
And speaking of the goblin, that brings us, well, that guy's dead, so it doesn't bring us to him.
It brings us to the corpse.
It brings us to Mortiz, once more.
Speaking of the goblin, that brings us to Mortiz.
Yep,
Wow.
well, he is right in front of that one.
Rude.
The good thing is, as you kill off these guys, I can remove things from my... That's not gonna hit, and that is not going to hit. He's basically...
See? You
You
should have
basically... So both of your hand axes just ting off of his armor, and he's basically like, what the fuck are you doing? But he's doing it very slowly because he's pretty heavy plated.
Can I try and duck?
There isn't really an action to do that. You still impose. No, I'd say you can't do that because it's pretty pointless. Also, it would definitely put you at disadvantage against the goblin's next attack because if you're trying to do anything that's not focusing on the attacker right in front of you.
Yeah.
He may be slow, but he is still an attacker.
He's still an attacker with a battle axe.
Yep. So that's your turn then?
Yeah, well, I can't do anything else. What am I going to
No,
do?
that's-
Stealth?
I'd say you would not be able to do that because you are literally
You're
in
surrounded
combat
by people.
And
And
you're-
Surrounded, and I just
you're
hit him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, you can't do that. So, Marakesh,
Yay, guess we can't do shit.
well, you can try. You still can do something, it's just not very
Oh,
easy
wait,
to
I
hit.
totally forgot I had this.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, no, that only gives me advantage on my next attack roll. Never mind.
Mhm. Yep.
Can I try to be friends with him?
I mean,
I'll walk closer first, I guess.
Can you speak Goblin?
No.
Then you can't.
I can speak giant. I try to
He
scare
doesn't.
him.
Well, you can try that.
Yeah, follow my style.
Yeah. Us elves gotta stick together. I'll try to scare him by talking giant.
Okay, make a performance check with no, just a regular performance check actually.
It's gonna be bad.
Basically, you're saying some completely incoherent speeches to pretty much anyone else in this room. I think Mortiz, you understand giant, don't you? It should be under your proficiencies.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So, what are you saying, Marakesh?
Fuck off, you fucking twat.
Okay, and Mortiz is the only one that can hear this, and would Mortiz know that it was directed at him, at the goblin, or him? I don't know.
I can't see him.
Either
So
way,
I'm like,
everybody get out of
what?
my fucking way.
Mortiz, make a wisdom saving throw, just for the hell of it.
This is gonna go
Way too dumb to
terribly.
understand it.
Exactly.
It can't go worse than my fucking performance.
Yes, it can.
It's going too fucking soon.
Jinxed it!
It can go worse
We're
twice.
gonna have a fight between Mortiz
So-
and Marakesh with a bird in the middle just being like, oh no, don't kill me!
Essentially, what this means is that, hey, that was actually pretty rude, and it was spoken in giant, and Mortiz thinks this is directed at me, so he's turning around, basically having his back to the goblin now.
Sorry, mate.
What have you done?
And it's its turn.
And it is turn, and he's going to get advantage on attack rolls for that.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Oh, this worked out better than I could have hoped.
Oh
What
no.
I get when I try to help people.
Don't roll shit.
This is all your fault,
Oh.
Sandrielle. Shit!
So now this goblin sees his chance, and that is double damage. So that is that's
Oh,
2d6, and then times. Let's see how much that does. So that's 12 points of slashing damage to you.
Sorry, mate.
And that goblin looks pretty happy about that. He's like, yeah, look at me, I'm a badass.
I'm
I can
helping. Don't
I
kill
can-
me.
I can hit a guy who have his back turned.
How's your health doing?
Not great.
I'm pretty sure that hit would have downed most of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would
Yeah,
have been
oh,
beyond
yeah.
dead.
Yep.
The bird
But,
would be dead like
wait.
3 times over.
No,
I'm
no,
missing
man.
1 HP.
Okay, so that brings us to Asriel. You just saw. First, you heard Marakesh speak something that you don't speak giant, do you?
Nope, I don't.
Okay, then you wouldn't understand.
Basically
what he was
sounded
saying.
like
But-
loud growling.
But from between the player, the people in this corridor, you basically saw Mortiz turn around with this. What the fuck did you just call me? Kind of look on his face, and then immediately get a pretty brutal looking battle axe to his back, and he
I
doesn't
called him
wear
a
armor.
twat.
Nope.
Axe straight into my
Again.
spine.
So
I have just deduced that elf is a moron and a weirdo.
that is true. That even furthers your explanation to that. So what would you like to do?
I should just have the word.
I'm not very smart, okay?
No, you're not.
I loved how they say it can be worse. Yes, it could.
Well, to be fair, I've got such charisma, it makes sense that he would think I was talking to him.
Yep.
He would think I
Exactly.
was insulting him.
Especially with that wisdom save, he would.
With a double 1, yes, it would.
Oh, this is so great. Asriel,
Awesome.
what would?
Yeah. I'm guessing the hallway to the right is completely dark because the Kenku put out the torch.
No,
right?
he put out one torch, basically far away.
Yeah,
Okay.
this torch here is still there.
That one still
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Because I can't really move to the left because everybody's in the way.
That's true.
And it would be a huge disadvantage if I tried to use my short bow right now because there are 3 people in front of me.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It's still
Also,
possible,
I'm
but
basically as big as this fucking hole. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
you're more likely
So-
to shoot me in the back.
If you feel like crit
I
rolling,
think I'm gonna try and move down the right hallway because I have no idea what's down there and I'm kind of curious.
Okay.
So
Well, since you're not using any actions, or unless you want to use action, you've got 60 feet of movement because that's basically a dash. That's double
Yeah.
movement. Yeah. So that's essentially off the screen. Yeah.
but wasn't it further from the torch end? out?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
There's definitely a lot of hallway back there, but because I can't have multiple maps up at the same time, it's
No, it's just if I should move my character all the way down there.
you can basically just move to here and will have you know that you're going that way. Yeah.
I'm moving down here.
Okay. You still have a bonus action if you want to do anything with that.
Is there an unlit torch down here where I'm standing now?
An undead torch.
An unlit. Not
Okay,
undead.
okay, I was like,
Oh my
what?
God. Is there an undead torch?
I heard undead as well.
I heard
Yeah.
undead.
Okay.
No.
It is with your movement. It is still pretty far away,
Okay.
and there is still one more lit torch in front of you before you get to the point where it's
Okay.
completely dark.
Well then.
Okay.
Then I guess I will just. Yeah. Well, I could try and be kind of hiding, but it's in a hallway, so there's no place to hide anyways.
You can basically going stealth also means that you are trying to move silently, and you're trying to basically make you as little viewable and detectable as possible. That's also what it means. It's not just view.
Yeah. It's just right now I can't see the end of the hall.
No, but
Also because it's dark, so I still have no clue what is down there. I don't know that
Uh-huh.
there's actually just a door,
well,
but my
yeah,
character doesn't know that.
exactly.
So, if I can, I would like to roll a stealth.
You can. That's a bonus action.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, you are very definitely tiptoeing along this hallway, and
after I just dashed.
well, yeah, definitely. But that's very stealthy. Sandrielle.
the stealthiest of giant dragons.
Yes.
You heard Marakesh yell something incoherent, and Mortiz then turned. Well, you didn't hear him turning around or replying, but you definitely heard the swing from the battle axe hit flesh and probably deal a lot of damage.
Probably heard me yell out in pain as well, given how hard that hit.
I'm gonna move those 5 feet,
Okay.
and then How much disadvantage would I get to hitting the goblin with a sling bullet?
Well,
Nine.
you
You
don't,
had to have like a 25.
yeah. Well, he gets a +5 from Mortiz, and then he gets a +2 from the Kenku, and then he gets another +2 from Marakesh. So that's a +9 to his already 17. So you'd have to roll higher than 28.
Okay, I can't do that.
No. Well, a critical hit would actually do it. That's basically passing all kinds of armor and stuff. So
So would you like a 5%
Well-
chance?
I think I'd like to try my intimidation again.
okay, and
Let's yell more disturbing shit. Get people even angrier at each other.
still-
I will
still-
yell,
still
get away from him in Draconic.
in Draconic. Okay, that is with disadvantage because the goblin can actually see you, even though it's pretty far away. But
Are you
performance
sure?
check-
I'm standing behind like a 6'7" dude.
It's still you can see the goblin could still see movement, and the goblin didn't see that it was a dragon. So
Yeah.
make a performance check with disadvantage. So that's a 12.
That had been advantage, man.
Well, it was not. And he's going to make basically a wisdom saving throw to see if he's scared of that. And that's he is not.
Yeah.
That definitely was okay. There's an elf speaking like a dragon. That's weird, but I don't care. I'm slashing a human. That's all I care about. Bird. I believe you, unless you want to do anything, Sandrielle, you still have a bonus action.
I'm good.
Okay. So, Birdman, you are literally stuck between a now pretty wounded and potentially bleeding bleeding Mortiz and a very confused looking Marakesh, because it was not, that it was not meant for Mortiz, those words, but
How much did you hit Mortiz for before?
he was hit for 12, I believe. Took a pretty nasty hit.
So he's already hit for 13 in total.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, very, very hurt.
Meat shield.
How much health do you have left?
3.
2 or 3, yeah.
3.
Holy
Jesus
fuck, you have a
Christ.
lot of health.
Yeah, high constitution.
3.
Yeah, motherfucker. Well,
Barbarians are usually very tanky, even early on.
Even when I'm naked, apparently.
Yeah, when you're not using armor, that is.
well, I will, as my bonus action, be so kind, and with my divine light, usually enhance on Mortis and heal him for 2. Because that's what I have left.
Okay, so you use that, and you gain 2 hit points back. And what else would you like to do? That was a bonus action.
Yeah, I'll take my hammer and throw it at the face of that goblin.
Okay, that's a AC +5, so that's a 20.
Probably not going to hit, but
That's a 22, so nope, that is not gonna do it. Basically, just like the other one, twink of the armor. And, what was that?
hey, I tried.
Yeah, you did, and you failed.
How much was the heal?
2 points.
That's all I have left.
Okay, and Mortiz, it's your turn. You'd probably turn around now, but
Yeah,
if you don't
I
want
would
to
have.
do that.
Yeah.
You could.
Unless you want to try to attack me.
That would be problematic because the Kenku is still in the way. But
Just move the bird out of
I would
the way.
I would just
Put the
move the
bird
bird
down.
round. Move him again. Pick him up and move him.
Well, you could actually switch places with me.
The question is, how
Yeah.
angry are you at me compared to the guy who
The-
did
the
just
goblin-
did 12
the-
damage?
the goblin was the one who probably hurt you the most. I mean, sticks
Yeah.
and stones, but I think the
I hurt you
words can never hurt
mentally.
me.
He hurt you physically.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I would like to try and kill him before he kills me, ideally.
Okay, make a regular attack engine. You can go into a rage. I would say that as a bonus action is you could do it before you're going to attack, because
Hmm.
that doesn't make sense otherwise. Would you like to do that? I believe that gives you bonuses to hit, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just look that up. It's not classes. Here we go. Rage. You have advantage on strength checks and blah blah blah. When you make an melee weapon attack using strength, which you do, you gain bonus to the damage roll that increases as you gain level. And you have resistances towards damage of bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Sure then, I'll go into a rage first.
Okay, you go into a rage.
Cool. I wish I had a button for that.
We'll just put some marker on that marks it down. And I will look at the chart, see what you get. Okay, and you are going to attack the goblin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is not going to hit, not even with the... Oh.
Oh, man.
And you don't have advantage on that one, so wait.
Sorry.
When you make a melee attack... no, you don't have advantage, unfortunately.
Wow.
So that is basically, again, ting, checking the armor out of this goblin, and it's pretty solid.
The one goblin we can't kill.
Marakesh!
I mean, considering there were two of them, and you pretty much one-shotted the other one.
I was only thinking you should have given you advantage or disadvantage.
Okay, that brings us to Marakesh.
The question still stands, should I give you advantage or it disadvantage?
It's gonna hit me first.
Yeah, so it disadvantage. Great. I'm using another prophecy.
Okay, and what are you using it on?
The goblin.
The goblin,
so it gets disadvantage.
Okay. So you do that. Actually, you can be... Oh, no, that's not important. Okay.
So it can only bring if I take out damage.
It was just that.
I cast a spell or attack. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, can I move back here so I don't stand in the way?
Make a dexterity check to see if you can move past Sandrielle. Or strength check if you want to just shove her out of the way. Yeah, that will do. So, despite his size, he sort of leapfrogs over Sandrielle and just basically into the hallway, almost landing on the corpse of the goblin in there. But then again, there's pretty much corpses all over this hallway floor. It's pretty gross, actually. And they don't smell particularly good, even when they're dead. Okay, that brings us to the goblin once more. He does have some confidence now that he hit once, so he's going to try and attack again. And...
Does a 6 hit?
No. Oh, it's 6, yeah, it's with disadvantage, that's correct.
Yeah.
So 6.
Get it.
Does that hit?
No.
Okay. Well, that was like, oh, but I just did a lot of damage. I want to do that again. And that's his turn because he can't really do anything. Not that he would. Okay, Azrael, you are down a corridor, down a hallway.
Yes, and since I haven't heard any screams of death, I'm assuming that they're doing just fine. That weirdo group that I just met.
You would essentially have heard the ting of the axes hitting the armor of this goblin, and that's pretty much it.
But no shouting of,
no.
Oh no, don't die, or something.
No.
So,
oh shit.
I'm not sure if this group would actually shout that if that happened, but...
No, because they're very quiet with each other.
That's
not the most talkative.
That's beside the point, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I can't speak.
So I yelled, I almost got my body kills, so maybe not do that.
Well, I saw that, and I'm not. That was why I moved further down the way.
Probably a good idea.
So I think I'm gonna move even further down the hallway, but I'm gonna do it normally. And
okay.
Yeah. So that's 30 feet.
You basically move to at this point. You are at where the torch that was recently. It's on the floor and it's been stomped out. There's ash on the floor as as the bird stomping out, basically. And it's pretty dark. You can almost make out. You don't have dark vision, I think. Do you? I don't think dragon.
No.
No. Okay. So it's pretty dark where you are right now. You can see that the hallway continues a bit further, but you can't see the end of it.
Yeah, but I have a Dungeoneer's pack on me because I have my items.
That is true.
And there are both tinder boxes and torches inside it.
So you would like to light a new torch?
Yes, because I'm pretty sure I can't light the
No,
on the ground.
No, that one is basically it's a charred piece of wood right now. So
exactly.
Yep.
So I'm gonna light a torch.
I'm gonna light a torch. And now you see that the hallway continues to a sturdy-looking wooden door that appears to be the end of this hallway.
Yeah.
So that was your action, and you've moved. So, is there anything you would like to do as a bonus action?
I'm guessing there's still the holder in the wall for the.
Yes, there's. I assume you were putting the torch there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you didn't assume it, then that is what I have done.
Okay. So that's your turn?
Yes.
All right. Sandrielle? Marakesh just sort of slinked past you, which is weird because he's pretty large, but he's also pretty nimble, apparently. At least in this situation.
I'm a fucking ninja.
I'd like to move a step forwards.
Okay.
Hello!
Okay. I know it's sick disadvantage, but I'm gonna try my sling again at the goblin.
I'm gonna laugh if you hit Mortiz in the back of his head.
No.
Sorry, Mortiz.
So click
And down he
the.
goes.
That is not going to hit. No.
Oh.
Not
But at
even,
least-
not even without cover will that hit.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, well I tried.
And that's the important part.
True. So that was an action, and part of your movement. You can still move away if you want to.
I think I'm just gonna stand here, so the Kenku has to be my meat shield.
All right. Well, that's you. Okay, you do that, and then it is the Kenku's turn. So there's now a less weird elf straightly behind you.
The huge goblin as fuck thingy that Mortiz just killed in front of me before we even got to this one that we can't hit as shit. Can I reach its battle axe?
What was that again?
The goblin in front that Mortiz is standing on. Can I reach its battle axe?
If you want to reach it with a weapon, you would have to have a weapon with reach. I mean, you can throw stuff at him.
No, not the goblin that is alive. I'm trying to get the battle axe off the one that's dead.
The one that Mortiz is standing on, you cannot loot, but the one you're standing on, you can try to loot. That would be an investigation check.
Yeah, but the battle axe that the one that Mortiz is standing on.
No. Again, that's essentially what Mortiz is standing on. It's too big and too cumbersome for you to be able to do that. Basically, I would say.
Trying to sabotage me.
I would say you can try, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
No, it was just if it was easy possible. But okay. I would like to try to get on the other side of Sandrielle.
Okay, make either acrobatics if you want to get past her without touching her, or athletics if you want to push her out of the way.
Yeah, that's going to be acrobatics because that's the only thing I have plus in.
Okay.
And that didn't work.
You basically the bird is doing a weird sort of dance. It looks like it's really hard to convey what he's trying to do. So you are not getting anywhere with that. Essentially, yeah. What is?
I basically have no other choice than to try and just beat the shit out of him again.
Yeah, and well, you don't have disadvantages, but you. Oh well, that
definitely don't have disadvantage right now.
That will hit, and Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that will not hit. So basically, what happens is that the first hit kind of hits where his armor seems to have a weak point. Quite a few of them actually, because he is not particularly skilled at making armor. That's not something he has been taught well in. And what happens now is that he is going to use a little special something that I've designed just for this guy. He is going to use his shield to attempt to push himself away. And I need you, Mortiz, to make a strength save. Just to see if he can push off of you. Nope, he doesn't manage that. You don't take damage from it because he's not trying to hurt you. He's just trying to essentially get away from combat, and he does not do that, which is unfortunate for him. Okay, that ends your turn, I assume. You can't.
Yeah,
really
I
move
can't
anywhere.
stealth, so.
No, yeah, exactly. Marakesh, once more. But now at least you've hit this guy.
Yeah.
I'll just, I guess, not do anything. I can't really do fuck all.
Okay, that's okay. So that brings us to the goblin, who is going to try and attack now that he couldn't push away. So he does that, and that is with disadvantage still because of the prophecy. So that is 4, and I assume that won't hit you. Okay. Sandrielle once more.
Yes. I would like to move closer to the door that I can see.
Okay.
I don't see.
That would be that would be 30 feet of movement. So you're not. It's basically you basically have an action.
Okay, just.
And there is lying on the ground in the light of the torch. You see a white sort of semi-covered in mud feather lying on the floor where the bird was trying to unlock the door earlier.
Yeah, so I'm assuming the bird has been down here.
You've not seen anything else with white feathers, so no. Yeah, that is safe to assume, even without rolling for it.
Can I listen at the door, try and hear if there's anything on the other side of it?
Yes, you can. That is a perception check.
Wow, that was horrible.
You hear the sound of wood. Essentially,
what does wood sound like?
Basically, you don't hear anything.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
If you were a druid, you technically have a skill that's called talk with plants or something like that. That wouldn't work in this case, but
I was about to say, but the door is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the wood the door is made of is dead.
It is. It wouldn't work in this case, but there is a skill like that. So.
Oh well.
Sandrielle.
Yes. I would like to try and dexterity my way past the bird.
Okay. So basically,
actually,
you are. I
can't really do that, can I?
In this case, I would say if you want to move where the bird is, you have to essentially grab him and basically shove him backwards as you are moving past him.
Yeah,
so
that makes more sense actually.
Yeah, you can do it, or at least you can try to do it with a strength check.
I feel kind of sorry for the bird. He's shoved out of the way all the time.
Yeah, well.
He's doing the dance.
And Bird, would you like to basically this elf is now, as you're trying to find a way past her, this elf now suddenly reaches out to grab around your waist. And what would you like to do? Would you like to combat that roll, or are you okay with being lifted like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get off that.
Strength check.
No.
Oh, you are actually, as you wanted to get past, you actually flip positions here. So I'll just do that because it's quicker for me to do it like that. Okay. Sorry. So, yep. Anything else you'd like to do? I would say this was an action to do it. It's more than, so you can't attack unless you have something that you can attack with as a bonus action. which I don't think
I don't know if I have that.
I don't think you do know. That would be there are certain spells and skills that can be used as a bonus action, but I don't think you have any of them right now.
Here's another type of thing.
Okay. What is it?
I want to simply screech so annoyingly that the goblin might see me as a target. If I can do that.
Well, you can try. In what language would you screech in?
Literally just a screech.
Okay, so that would be in common. Okay. Make
Yes.
a performance check with disadvantage because he can see that who is doing it.
Oh. All I want to do is distract.
Well, he definitely hears that, but he's like, well, there's a human in front of me first before I can get to that loud elf. So I'll deal with that first. Kenku, you've just been moved by an elf. Just as you wanted to get past her, she actually didn't understand you, but you technically got what you wanted out of this.
That's good. That's good.
Uh-huh.
I would like to dash.
Oh, okay.
Fly out of here.
Okay. Just I'll just move you here basically because there is room where Asriel is, but it's just to show that you are off the map.
Yeah.
Right now. Okay. Mortiz, unless there was something you would like to do, Bird?
No.
Okay. Mortiz, you've seen that you've been able to hit this goblin. It's not easy, but it can be done.
Can be dude.
You can also, I'll say this because it's something that players don't often think about. If you want to try basically knocking his weapon off or knocking his shield off or attacking a certain part, you can do that, but then the attack would be at disadvantage, and if you're hitting the shield, for example, then it won't do damage to him. It would just be a roll whether he's dropping the shield or not. But you can do that.
I think I'll stick to hitting him since he'll be low health anyway.
That's probably not a bad idea. The first one hits. The second one does not. So he is now looking pretty rough. And since there we go. And he's going to attempt to push himself away with his shield once more, so you have to make a strength save. Nope, that fails, so he actually moves away. Pop. Because that's what the skill does. Well, as I have invented it. He's actually, considering the fact that he's wearing a lot of armor and he's actually, well, just to carry that stuff around for a goblin, he would have to be pretty buff. But it's hard to say because, well, he's pretty much covered in loose plates of armor and strips of leather here and there. But he does that, so you can still move, Mortiz.
Can I try and get past Sandrielle?
Yeah, you can either dexterity or you can, acrobatics or athletics, depending on what you want to do.
I'll athletics.
Okay. No, it's basically that you basically bump into her and like, yeah, that didn't work. Why did I get past her? Okay. That brings us to Marakesh in the doorway.
Yes. I can't do shit still, so just skip it.
Okay, that's alright. The goblin is actually trying to run away now that he's taken so much damage.
Awesome, he's gonna go fetch more goblins.
This goblin isn't very fast, so he moves here. And that is his turn. Asriel, you are down a corridor. Looking at you just listened to a door and didn't detect anything behind it.
No. I'm guessing I heard Sandrielle scream. And then saw a kind of distressed bird rushing down here.
The bird is still a good, I would say about 60 or 70 feet away from you.
Yeah, okay. But I'm gonna look behind me because I heard that scream.
Okay.
And then I guess I see the bird.
Yeah.
Since it's a completely lit hallway now.
It is a lit hallway, yeah.
Well, I don't know that the bird can't speak for himself because I haven't interacted with him.
That is correct.
So I guess I'm moving closer to where he is, which
Okay.
won't make any sense moving my character. But
No.
I move as close as I can.
Yeah.
Without dashing. I don't want to dash.
Okay, so you're about 30 feet away from each other right now.
Yeah.
Sandrielle, okay, well, there's a bonus action or anything?
Yeah, I was just thinking if I could talk to him from that distance.
Yeah, you can. That's a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask him if he's okay. Or
and you do that in common?
Just in common, because I'm guessing that he won't understand Draconic. That's my character's logic.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely a decent logic. So there's more stuff for you to write down, Bird. Sandrielle, it's your turn.
Little do you know.
Yeah, I'll need to recap what she said because
I'll whisper to you. I'll whisper to you.
Okay.
Is there any way I can help heal Mortiz?
Not unless you have bandages and knowledge in medicine, I would say. So if you have bandages in your equipment, you can make a medicine check to patch him up, but I don't believe any of you have bandages actually.
No.
Then you'd have to have healing magic or potions to do anything.
You can smack up.
I wanna try and get past him.
Okay. So how would you do that? By pushing him or?
Could try climbing around him.
I would say climbing. That is probably more acrobatics than athletics.
Well, sliding. I don't know. Just squeezing in the space
okay,
there, maybe.
That is athletics. Oh wait, athletics is strength, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, then it's acrobatics. My bad.
Oh, much better.
Yeah. So you managed to do that, and I would say that's half of your movements. You got 15 feet of movement left. Yeah, you can get to there.
Okay.
Okay. And what would you like to do?
Do I have a full action?
I would say, yeah, you do.
I want to poison spray that bitch.
Okay, and that is definitely hit, so that is just roll that. Ooh, okay, well, even if he succeeds, that's gonna kill him, so I'm just not even gonna have him roll for that, actually. So the poison basically searches out, and he is in this winding staircase. He's just about moving up, and it's not very easy because of his heavy armor. So the poison simply, he's basically choking in his armor, and he's like dunk, and then as he basically rolls down the stairs and collapses, very dead and very poisoned.
I have one final thing I'd like to do. I want to scream out, "Rod!"
Awesome.
In any specific language, or just
just common.
Okay.
I want everyone to know that this went well.
Okay, and as you do that, as the rattling basically mixes with this this roar, and that ends the combat, and all of you will have 350 experience point.
Extra?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you completed this battle.
We get 350 XP for this battle.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck, we have a lot of XP now.
Yeah, well, things are... You should all be level 2
If you already have 275, that equals 625.
Yep, and you should all be level 2 then. So that ends combat.
I get more spells! Maybe, I think.
I probably do too.
Yeah, you should all get at least some health back, and this is where we'll end for tonight, so we'll just do the leveling up now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Let me see. Atlas, I believe you pretty much know how to do that, so
yeah.
I don't think you require help in that regard.
Yeah. I get another spell. And another spell slot. Woo!
That's good.
I've now got 2 spell slots.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Oh, so I get 1d6 plus my constitution, and I rolled a 6.
Oh, that's nice. And
That's real good.
Your constitution is what?
1.
Okay, so that's
The modifier.
yeah, so that's 7 health points.
Yay, a total of 15.
That's nice. That's not bad.
If I full health, does it follow?
Oh yeah.
So what brings? I believe you can do that, and I believe it's 1d12 for you, Mortiz, as a barbarian.
Sure.
Way to get more buff. Let me just see. I believe it is, but shouldn't be a.
I'm gonna become a squishy paladin.
1d12 plus Constitution, so that's gonna be a lot of health points.
Yay, I got another level 1 spell.
So basically go to the roller and click 1d12. And then plus the Constitution modifier. Okay, so that's... oh, is that plus your Constitution modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's 14 extra hit points for you.
On top of my 16, or?
That's 30 at level 2. That's a pretty decent amount of health points, to say the least.
I'm gonna be the squishiest one in the party now.
Sandrielle, you are a rogue, so you get... let's see, that's... Nope, I don't want to be looking at a fighter. That is 1d8. So click the little dice symbol and click the 8-sided die.
Do we increase current health by the same amount?
Yeah, that is what you increased your maximum health at, and your current health as well.
Yeah.
And so that's... You have a constitution of -1, correct?
Yes.
So that's 6 more health points for you.
Yep.
Okay. That should be everyone dealt with, and in terms of spells and all of that, we will... I think it's easier if we do that off camera, because there's a lot to that, basically. You just bring the books. You already got that. I believe that, yeah, well, I don't think you need help in that regard, Atlas.
No.
You should have that down.
Okay. Yay, I found my new
word,
ability.
you guys, because we need some fucking healing.
That's not wrong, actually.
I may cause some mayhem now. I got a very interesting spell.
Okay, well. And
I'm going to be squishy as fuck from now on.
Well, and Azrael, you get a cunning action, which means that starting at 2nd level, your quick thinking and agility allow you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. This action can be used only to take the dash, disengage, or hide action. Disengage is basically you can attack. So that basically means that where normally if you were to disengage, you were to not attack at all. But this means that you can attack and then disengage, which means that they can't get an attack of opportunity against you. That's actually
That's a pretty nice thing.
It is, yeah. It's basically you get in, hit, and then get away. That's basically what that means.
Depending on how well I roll, but yeah.
Oh yeah. When you take it as an action, that's just that you don't have to roll for it. Basically,
True.
I can now do.
And Mortiz, I believe you also get something. Oh, you get
basically reckless attack. The other ones.
Yeah, and that means that you get advantage against people, but people also get advantage against you.
Yeah. And
I can now do 2 spells at the same time.
Okay. And the paladin, you get a lot of stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, it's not that bad.
You get a fighting style, spellcasting, and divine smite. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what is that? That is by 2nd level you can learn to draw on divine magic through meditation and prayer to cast spells as a cleric does.
Yeah, Marakesh, you don't have to have the entire thing in there.
Yeah.
That is the
You also got divine smite, which is adding radiant damage to a melee weapon, which is also kind of nice.
Yeah, I know what I get.
The incantation is already like cut down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You literally wrote the
Just-
entirety of the incantation that you're saying as a character.
Okay, I think that's everyone done.
I've taken so much out of that cantation.
I
thing.
got my
It's so long.
sorcery points now, which is nice.
I will say, for the sake of the story, you all take at least a short rest, because there aren't any beds around that you can take a long rest on, but at least a short
I'm
rest.
not gonna rule.
Does that count as a full rest for me?
Nope. It
Because
does
I
not.
trance.
Yep, but that's still not.
I do
that's,
too.
That's still for 4 hours, and that's. If you want to stand there
A
for
short
4
rest
hours,
is one.
it's 1 hour, yeah.
Easily.
And that's the same for elves, even with that.
Okay.
So with a short rest, let me just see if I can find that. I should be able to. You can use spend hit dice equal to your level to gain hit points back. If I'm not mistaken and remembering things wrong.
It's true.
Let me see. But damage and healing. I think page 1926. So you can use your hit die, which should also be on your. If any of you are hurt, you can use that to gain hit points back equal to the amount. So you should all have 2 hit dice, and you can spend them both, I believe.
Yeah.
At a short rest, yeah. So you get. So the hit dice for Mortiz would be 1d12. Well.
Yeah, that.
And I don't believe you. No, that's just it's just a hit die, so you don't add any bonuses to it. So that's just a 1 on that one. So, but you have another one because you have 2 hit dice. You add at level 2.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
just,
1 hit point back for the bird. You can also use another hit dice.
Well, to be fair, I can't get much more health. I only have 12.
Oh, well.
I have a question. If you have full health when you level up,
then
do you then have full hit points afterwards as well?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm up to 15 then.
That's basically it's basically like, think of it as you becoming wiser and stronger. It's not something like, oh, I'm older now, but I'm also hurt. But
it's not RPG style where you instantly go to full health.
Yeah, no. Essentially, if you are at full health and you level up, you go to full health at that.
Nice.
I've got 14 hit points.
That's not bad.
I'm actually the most squishy in the party now.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette now. Does anyone?
Yeah, we are pretty much done. Everyone have leveled up and gotten their stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was an awesome session.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of fun shit going on.
I'm so glad that it worked out with me armor plating up that goblin.
I'm so happy I managed to catch it. I feel so useful.
He would have been very, very slow because of his armor, but
yeah, but it was still. If you hadn't been nice, I wouldn't have been able to attack it. But it was just like, we don't need to alert that many more.
Says the person who just screamed out after.
Hey, that was
him.
adrenaline. Okay, I was saving Mortiz. My character is very passionate about.
I feel like you're gonna end up multi-classing into barbarian at some point.
Well, it's because.
That could be interesting.
Well, the explanation is that my character is extremely passionate about helping others, no matter what it takes.
Yep, and you played that character pretty well, I'd say.
And so, at this point, she was just so distraught about what bad state Mortiz was in, and not being able to help him. She at least wanted to avenge him.
Yeah, I think that's playing your character pretty well.
And then, when you get adrenaline, you scream.
Yeah. But I just like the fact, okay, I'm gonna kill this guy so he doesn't learn anymore. And then he clanks down the stairs.
He's like,
just, like,
it's not my fault he clanked down the stairs.
And maybe that will have consequences, maybe it won't. You don't know. I do.
Gosh. Anyways, not my problem yet.
Well, yeah, that's future use
Anyone
problem.
wanna play Cards Against Humanity?
Sure.
I just need to go get a cigarette. Woof. Sorry.
I'm pretty hanging off, so I'm gonna shut off the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut off as well. I need to finish this illustration.
Well, have
I
a
have some
nice
writing
evening
to do.
and shit.
I have some writing to do. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, you do! I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
Well then. See you guys another time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
I'm still up for playing.